Mm, is this working? Okay. It's working now. I don't know why it wasn't working before. Hello, hello. How is everybody doing? I am sorry I'm late. I am bad with technology. I've been trying for 15 minutes. Sorry, 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 everybody. How is everybody doing today? Hello, what's up? How you doing, everybody? Hey, thank you very much for tuning in, Spectre from Portugal. Man, that's so. I'll never get over people from other places of the world watching. Can never get used to that. Never get over that. It's really special. Thank you so much for tuning in and stopping by to say hello. Tell me if this is too loud because I have um air conditioning unit next to me because of how. Wait, let me see. I'm gonna turn it off for a second. It's not that high, not anymore. Pick two. They're at pick two now. I missed pick one. Oh well, I didn't get to see who got picked first. Uh, uh, Thank you so very much, Spectre, for the donation, man. Thank you for showing up. Just thank you for being here as well. Alex Sarr, I don't know who that is. As I said in the community post, I have no idea who these people are. Which team do you think will draft Bronny? It should be the Lakers. If he gets drafted in the first round, that'll just be a testament to the power that LeVader can wield. We could get somebody who clearly isn't first round capable yet into the first round. Because we probably wouldn't even know until tomorrow. It's the second round. It's tomorrow. What's your honest opinion on NBA 2K? Cyphers asked me that. I do not. There are many things about 2K I do not enjoy. And it's just from a lack of competition. And I know for a fact if there was another decent competitor, NBA Live is just not, they're not in competition. If there was just a decent competitor, we would get a far better game. And 2K could deliver a far better game year to year, but profit wise for them, they just make so much money doing so little and copy and pasting. It doesn't behoove them to try any harder. I was Spectre said, "You are welcome. I was supposed to donate earlier when I watched the video of you explaining your problems. Well, bad wasn't able to then. I don't know. No, it means as much as it does now as it would have then. Truly appreciate it. Thank you very much. I don't really think they say this draft class is weak because there's just no standouts. There's no player you can look at and just automatically say, yeah, that guy, he's NBA ready. This guy, he's a star in the making. But there have been drafts in the past where there's been players that have come out of it that turned superstar or all-star capable, and nobody knew what they turned into. Giannis's draft class, I think. Giannis himself being in that draft class, nobody was looking at him like that. I try to see these drafts with some open-mindedness. I know there's no home runs as of yet, but you'll never know down the line 2, 3 years from now what one of these players could be. But it does look pretty boring. It looks pretty unremarkable on its face now because you just don't know. Ugh. They're showing top French draft class picks, and they got Killian Hayes in there. Get him off the screen. They got him next to Wembenyama, and don't put him up there next to him. Kevin Lee says, "Hey, Commish, how you doing? I'm doing okay. It's not as hot as I thought it was, so I can have that air conditioner on. 2K needed competition, same as Madden back when there was a competition for both those franchises. It was much better. Sucks because we'd imagine in the future now. Yeah, 985 Joe, I definitely agree with you. The basketball game we could get, but we just don't because there's no, and it's not as though they bought the license. Like EA has NFL's license, so nobody else can even do anything that's a serious football game unless it's something wacky. Even then, I don't think they could do it. 2K doesn't own the license to make this. So if someone really wanted to, they could come in and do something like that. But which is why somebody like an Elon Musk, instead of wasting billions on Twitter, imagine if Elon was a basketball fan. He could just come through and be like, let's give the people the best basketball game ever. And he could do that, but no Twitter? Ugh. Thank you, Louis Tesla, for the 41K and counting. Thanks. Yeah, we're all looking at the draft right now. I'd show it on TV, but I said like the copyright and stuff. So if you want to watch along, everybody who's tuned in, Malika Andrews is talking right now. She wearing some barbed wire outfit right now. I'm not a fashionable person, so I don't know if that's good or not. We're on the third pick. Houston Rockets select Reed Sheppard. It's a guard from Kentucky. He apparently has been called the best shooter in this draft. Elon is a weirdo. Yeah, he be doing some stuff that's questionable. High Commissioner Pedro, enjoying One Piece. No, it's getting on my nerves. It's getting. I made a video. Yeah, everybody, if you interested in anime and all of that, I made my second channel. I made a video complaining about One Piece on there, and I'll be having videos on there. At most, I'll try not to have, but maybe 3 days in between certain videos. Talked about that on there, so still love the show. I'm just this pacing is unacceptable. Sui Masako. Sizui. I hope I'm not saying it wrong. Thank you very much for the donation, though. Nicola's topic potential destination got my eyes glued to this draft. Yeah, I heard about him. His name is Nicola Topic. I'm not familiar with these players. This is ironically as well with them saying this draft class is weak. This is the draft I know the least about. I've said, and I say like in a while of me just watching. Dang. Reed Sheppard shoots 52% from 3-point line. College, huh? He looks like a shooter too. He looks like he could just shoot the ball at any given moment. And he's a somewhat of a facilitator, 4.5 assists per game, he says. So yeah, this is a good pickup, good for the Rockets. Here comes the wait, the Spurs, are the Spurs the fourth pick? Or did they trade up? Because why do they say the Spurs are next? Animal Planet video was crazy. Thank you. Is it Gennaro or Gennaro? Gennaro. Thank you very much for that. I've got a million of those, but I haven't. I could upload things like that every single day for 2-3 months and still be halfway. I think I'd be halfway everything that I have written down or just ideas and stuff. I can damn near do stuff like that until the next NBA season. That's a nice suit he has on though. They have fourth and eighth. Wesley says they have fourth and eighth. Greedy ass Spurs. Whatever. I forgot the draft order already, so they probably had fourth this whole time, and I just forgot. That's funny. The Spurs weren't. I mean, they didn't do good, but they still get a higher draft pick than us. 3 consecutive years in a row, fifth pick. If we have another abysmal season and we get the fifth pick next year, I will tear shit up. I'm gonna lose my mind. At least 2 more Doja picks in your videos will be nice. Not needed. OJN, yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Yes, yes. You can never have enough. Never have enough Doja. The Rockets need all the help you can get contending with Dallas Spurs. Yeah. The Rockets, though, I'm, I lament the Rockets' growth and success because I remember the Rockets were like us, down and out, not knowing what they're gonna do, and look at them, they're already way better than anything that we could amount to, and not even a full season. They were damn near about to sneak into the playoffs. Whoever Spurs, since they're going next, they need to get a guard. They need to get somebody, a good type guard or something. And if they don't, maybe use this pick and trade and get somebody to pair with Wembenyama because they were damn near ignoring Wembenyama out there during this season. Wembenyama could have had way more points and stuff. And they just weren't getting him the ball. Frankie says opinions on OG's extension. That is a lot of money. That's a lot of money for him, and he gets injured a lot. I don't agree with the amount, but given what they're trying to do, what the Knicks are trying to do, and you can't afford to let somebody like that go. So it makes sense. It's not like he's some player that he's like a Kawhi. He's injured and he's just undependable and some stuff. So it makes sense. San Antonio, fourth pick. Stephon Castle. He's a guard. Yes. See, I got that right. I said they should get a guard. I don't know how good he is though, for guard. He's got a cool name though, Stephon Castle. Brent Brooks says if you ever did a TV and movie review channel, it would be amazing. Yeah, I know. I may end up having three channels, but then I don't want to have. It was never my main thing that I wanted to have. I wasn't doing YouTube right in the first place on my original OG channel where I was trying to have videos about everything and expect everyone to tune in, which isn't smart. But then I don't want to have too many, but I have given thought to that. That may end up being the anime channel because it kind of a lot of that stuff kind of goes a little bit hand in hand, movies, anime, and some stuff and some shows. I may end up making that because I kind of want to avoid having three different channels. But my player name, Trippy, my my player's name, I've always named it the past couple 2Ks after my little brother. So his name is Chandler. I forgot what the last name is. Oh, he's a 6'5" guard. Oh, you got good height. He can play good defense too. Competitive defender. He's got versatility. Mm. Got some lockdown defense. Okay, yeah. This is just from looking at this. This is a very good pickup for Spurs. What are his assists though? See a good passer and all that. DeLorean Owens. Yeah, yeah. 6'5", 210. Yeah. Tall damn guard. It's good. Okay, whatever. Do you guys see this draft thing they got here? Detroit Pistons up next. Worst record in the NBA. Oh, really? Thank you. I didn't notice until you told us. Thank you for reminding me. Uh, y'all think Bronny going to the first round? He better not. If he does, that just shows how much power LeBron wields, like I said. But oh, that's dead early. Raven, you promoting gambling? Hell to the no. The bag that they give people for doing that would be nice, but I can't see myself promoting anything on the channel that I myself either don't believe in or I don't actively use. And it's not just because it's gambling. I have my qualms with gambling anyway. But if I don't do the thing that I'm trying to advertise or I don't have a desire to, then it just seems a little disingenuous to me. It's like, hey, let me tell everyone who's subscribed to go out and buy the sewing machine. I don't sew. But then not everything has to be something I do, but it has to be something I can at least see myself doing to where I want to be able to use what it is that I'm trying to advertise to give a proper stamp of approval. I don't want to just say, hey, people, go do this thing that I have no knowledge of, but because they paid me, go do it. And then it's bad or trash. And then people's like, what's up with that? I just don't want to do that. Okay, the Pistons are next. How could I forget? We're fifth pick every year. You move up a gut. Okay, they don't. I don't think we need a center. They're talking about this guy Klinger. We don't need a center. Look at Trajan on the phone, or Trajan. Trajan. Yes, Trajan. I keep getting. He's on the phone. He's doing work. It's already. It looks better already because I remember how the previous drafts looked. Troy Weaver just sitting, laying back in a chair, about to go to sleep. I like to see my president of basketball operations moving around, mobile. What kind of player do you want the Pistons to draft, Kamish? A shooter. We need a shooter. We need a really good shooter. And we already missed out on the best shooter in the class that the Rockets just picked up. So we need somebody that's a shooter. At least a decent, consistent shooter. They don't got to be Steph Curry or they got to be consistent or like damn near 50% shooting from three. Just somebody that can reliably make good shots consistently. Ron Holland, G League, Ron Holland the second. What's your thoughts on overall draft class? Spooky asks. Uh, I don't know anybody in here. They they say this is a really weak draft class, but there we go, worst record again. Yeah, I see that. Thank you. They keep showing that on the screen. But there can be sleepers in here as there are with any draft. There's just no standout home run players. Oh, here we go. Pistons pick. Ron Holland the second. Okay. Okay. Hey, they playing 8 Mile. Okay, they got Ron Holland. So now I don't know how, because Jaden Ivey and Cade haven't been looking like they can coexist together. And I really don't want either of them to go. Jaden Ivey, too, just because his mom played for the Detroit Shock and he has his grandmother that's in Detroit or like Michigan. So if they draft this guy and they got Marcus Sasser, then they got this guy. This kind of makes me think like somebody may be getting traded. Like they may be moving Jaden Ivey or something. I don't know. Ultron. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so very much, Ultron. Thank you. Too kind, very generous, man. Thank you so very much. Wow, that's real special. Thank you. Bottom of my heart, thank you very much for that. Got me over here tearing up just a little bit. Thank you. Okay, he's an aggressive scorer, hyperactive defender. Wait, how tall is he? I didn't get to see his height. This makes Jaden Ivey look a bit redundant. because they got a sore Thompson. I don't like that. They may end up trading him, man. I don't like that. Thank you, Stephen Jabs. Thank you very much for the donation as well. To everybody who's doing that. Thank you all so very much for it. Stephen, thank you. Once again, I have to repeat myself because to emphasize just how much it means. Thank you so much. Sanar with $20. Well, thank you for being the funniest basketball channel. I've been watching you for like 6 months and even got other family and friends put on. Good luck to every team out there except LeBron's team. Let's go Rockets. Thank you very much, Sanar. Thank you so very much for that. Oh, you even got your some friends and family watching too. Double, triple thank you to you for that. I got a lot more in stock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5 of those 1,000. I just don't want to bombard everybody with shenanigan videos. I want to have some legitimate basketball talk and all that in between. And but I could have skits and shorts for days. I'm gonna just space them out though for the off season. Okay, so you guys say he's 6'7", 6'8". Okay. Uh, I feel bad because it doesn't look like if he's 6'7", 6'8". I don't know if they probably won't trade anyone just yet of the main core of Detroit, but they got an Asor Thompson. They got like it just doesn't. If they end up trading Jaden Ivey, I'm just gonna be upset. But then if they're trading him, I would just have to imagine it's some of what Cade himself even mentioned how Jaden Ivey and him the the cohesion just isn't there because they're both ball dominant, and it's not like they're doing some really good off ball things. They're not a both of them aren't exactly plug and play players. Like I got on Kevin Durant, but Kevin Durant is probably one of the best plug and play people as good as he is because you can put him anywhere and he doesn't disrupt anything. You can look at any team in the NBA and put Kevin Durant on there. He does nothing to disrupt anything that's going on. If there's an identity or schemes that are drawn up, he doesn't take away from that. He can catch and shoot. He can do some defensive things. He just doesn't. He's not a black hole. He's not going to create issues. And you've got two people that's like it reminds me of LeBron and Dwayne Wade in Miami because they're both ball dominant, and then somebody had to sacrifice being Dwayne Wade in the second year. So it's now, if I was an NBA player, I would definitely, I would pull up on so many different people that are retired. If I'm a center, if I was a center and I get drafted in the NBA, I'm standing outside and camping outside of Hakeem Olajuwon's door or Kareem or Shaq. Just teach me all the stuff, the footwork, especially Hakeem Olajuwon. He had a video or something where he was doing turnarounds and all that. The man, he don't even look like his age. So I would pull up on him. If I'm a guard or someone, I'm going to people like a Steve Nash. I'm going to all different types of people that's in the guard ilk. And I'm learning things, fundamentals and stuff. If I'm a shooting guard or something like that, then it's like you go look for people like a Dwayne Wade. I'm gonna ask maybe Tracy McGrady some stuff, Vince Carter. Learn fundamentals that I can rely on later and not just use my athleticism because that will disappear. Muddy Visuals, thank you very much for the donation. We appreciate your content, bro. Stay on it for sure. Thank you very much. I definitely will. This is the driving force and energy that will never go away. Even in my worst moments when I'm not feeling great, which is more often than not, I get the wanting to do a video and then I can momentarily forget about a lot of that stuff. And I try to provide the same feeling to people who are watching. So you could just disconnect from what it is that you're going through or anything that's afflicting you, because we just don't have enough of that now. On top of people just being rude, mean, and nasty to one another, there's not a lot of people getting together to really try to make things better for others, even though things may not be good for themselves. They think, well, just because things are shit for me, let me make things shit for everyone else. What, Charlotte Hornets select who? T. TG. Tigiani Salon. Tigiani Salon, I think that's his name. He's from France. He's a forward. He's a forward, huh? What do you think of last year's draft? Last year's was the big eye catcher one because Wembenyama and some other ones in the top three. But I think the players in that draft have been doing good. Scoot Henderson kind of had a type thing, but adjustment period and some things that see just how you're doing. I don't grade new entries into the NBA primarily just on their first year. I think by second year you can get an idea for where somebody is going to end up and you can get a better overall opinion of them. Because just adjusting to the schedule alone and the games being the length that they are, it's gonna be something that one has to get used to. 9'2" standing reach on Tidjani Salon, and he's shooting. Damn, he look. What's this? What's his height? I missed his height again. He look taller than a forward. Oh, he's 6'10". Damn, he looked taller than 6'10". He looks like LaMelo. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Cypher, when I saw him, I was like, is that LaMelo got drafted again? I haven't been really seeing what Charlotte Hornets have been doing. They've been kind of just in flux. Looks just kind of, you look at them and say, what do you have going on here? What's being done? I know LaMelo, he was getting some heat for running over somebody's foot a few weeks ago, or some kid's foot. So I said, that don't look good. I haven't heard much from that since, but yo, Dynamo, where we at in the draft? What you mean? We're at pick number 7. Detroit went. We got um what's his name? Ron Holland. I think that's his name. Yeah, he broke that kid's leg when he ran. LeVar Burrows and Von. versus LeBron Holland. So, they talking a lot about Donovan Clingan. This might sound dumb, but would you think it would be wise choice for the Warriors to draft Bronny? No, I don't think that's smart. Unless they think they for sure can get LeBron, I wouldn't say that. Even then, I wouldn't think that's okay. Trailblazers got Donovan Clingan, so now he turns out to be serviceable or above serviceable. Then you've got him and Scoot Henderson. As a Blazers fan, draft a center, please. Oh, you got your wish. Bron D. Forbes. They just got their center. They've been talking a good amount about him, so Donovan Clingan wears number 32 in honor of his late mom. Big condolences and sympathies to him for that. Great way to honor somebody that close, that near and dear, and just, I can definitely relate. It's really cool to see him up here taking that with him. Hopefully he can have that. I don't know if anyone's wearing number 32 or not. Blazers or 32s retired off the top of my head. Hopefully he can wear that same number. Mm. Fish and score. Uh, he shot 56% from the foul line. So he's not a shooter, but he's got the presence in the paint to give him a good advantage and things, but he's not somebody that's a floor spacer. He can learn how to do that. I'm never one of these people that think that centers have to be able to shoot 3-pointers in today's NBA. I don't think centers have to be able to, or let me contextualize that. I don't think they have to be consistently great at shooting. Just if you happen to find yourself wide open, you can hit that shot. Not, hey, center, go out and get threes. Go out and do that. Because there's a lot of centers now. There's a lot of people that are tall that. Oh, that's real beautiful what he said about his mom. That's really nice. His suit looks damn cool too. Average Ravens fan, thank you very much for the donation. Thanks for being such a god YouTuber. By the way, you kind of look like Ice Cube. I kind of look like Ice Cube? I've never heard that. Thank you. Thank you very much, Average Ravens fan. I appreciate that. The donation as well. Look like Ice Cube. I've never heard that. I've been getting that. I've either been getting Zion or that one dude, that black gay guy off Mean Girls, which I showed that off in a video. I was devastated when I saw that. It's like, oh no, like that. And then I got some other Ice Cube. Never heard that one. Nafpilo. I hope I'm not mispronouncing that. Thank you very much for the donation. Congrats on 41K, Commish Best Basketball Channel on YouTube. Thank you so very much. Thank you. I certainly try my best to, my chief integral want and desire for people who may not even be basketball fans to subscribe and find something and just make things as fun as possible and entertaining. And it's not really too far on away from how I normally conduct myself and just day to day. Because if it's just straight up X's and O's, not that there's anything wrong with that, because I'm subscribed to some people that do beautiful, pristine analysis of the game down to the smallest of movements and footwork. It just, for me, it gets boring if it's me doing it. Me watching it and things is different, but me doing it, I just get like, ugh, I have to throw something in there. I have to do whatever. Bro lied to you. Yeah, I mean, he can lie. We take plenty of lies right here. We can lie about the Pistons, lie about it, but tell me what I want to hear, not what I need to hear. Even though, of course, like don't do that. Don't do that. I'd rather people tell me what I need to hear instead of yes people saying like, "Oh yeah, you're doing great." But sometimes after the horrible year these Pistons had, I could use some lies sprinkled in here and there. Yeah, that's Tim Duncan over there. I had to squint my eyes. I said, "Who is that? That looks like Tim Duncan with like a mop of hair." I said, "Oh, that is Tim Duncan with a mop of hair." Yeah, yeah. If Spurs, since the Spurs picked up who they picked up, and I was saying before they drafted someone, I said they need a guard. They need a serviceable guard better than what they've had this year to get Wembanyama the ball and create more looks. Because Wembanyama, his presence alone has been creating a lot of opportunities, and no one gets him the ball. And he's been faster and stuff, and just his acceleration. No one's getting him the ball. I can't count how many times he's clapped his hands and nobody is there. Which I say, are they ignoring him? Are they not see him? How do you not see him? Or bad passes given to Wembanyama that it's not passing it up, so taking advantage of his height. They're passing the ball at his waist. So then he'll have to bend over a little bit to get it. Then it could be a turnover, or he can't get the ball up. Like, you got to throw it over his head. He can jump and get it. Spurs select Rob Dillingham now. Another guard? Okay, so they got another guard. DeMarcus Johnson. Thank you very much. You the GOAT, Commissioner. Thanks. Kate is going to break out and become an all-star next season, coming from a Rockets fan. Thank you very much, Ethan. I hope so, too. Can you do a basketball video for dummies, for those like myself, or getting a basketball? Kevin Nye says, well, I can consider that. I can consider that. That may be something I can do. I can definitely see something like that. Could be some I could create with some people. It could be pretty funny too. Rob Dillingham, 6'1", or microwave scorer. Okay, so oh, he dropped the hell out of somebody right there. Late game heroics. Okay, solid pick for the Spurs. Alejandro Ramirez says, okay, because this will be their second guard that they get. Huh. What? Whoa, Minnesota just traded for the 8th pick, so he's out of it. Okay, so he's getting Rob Dillingham is getting sent to Minnesota. Stephon Castle. But wait, who did the Spurs get? If they're sending him to Minnesota, who did they? I might have missed something. Do you watch other sports besides basketball? Kevin Knight has. Yes, yes, I do. Football, I've been starting to get more and more into it. I got more familiar with some things going on because I used to watch football a lot a while ago, and then it kind of fell out of it. Then gone back into it, and the main reason I even got back into it was there's always a gateway player or a player that you'll hear a lot about, and then it can intrigue you if you aren't necessarily a sports person. I kept hearing about Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes, Patrick Mahomes. Oh my God, he might be the greatest. I was like, who is it? Then I start looking at some football games again, and then that made me start looking at a bunch of other games, as well as just seeing what Detroit Lions have been doing. Because I want to have some NFL videos as well, but I tried to do a little bit this year, but they are really dogmatic with copyright shit. Very bad. The only people I've seen worse with copyright restrictions or anything has been WWE. You show 3 seconds of footage from WWE, they claim the whole video and block it. Spurs, Ethan, they trade I'm about to say spade and neutered. They traded Dillingham to Minnesota because I was surprised they picked another guard. Then when I saw his height and him being 6'1", I was like, I don't know. And then as I'm contemplating, thinking about who's currently on the team, they go and say, "Oh, he traded to Minnesota." It's like, okay, never mind. This Minnesota pick number 9 is in. Zack Edey selected. He's a center. Where is he at? I don't see him. I just see his. Is he not there? Damn. Damn, this guy is good. 7 feet 3. Damn. Oh, a lot of pause-worthy sentences being said about him. 7'3". He's not even there. He probably couldn't fit in the building. Edey went high as fuck, but Memphis is a perfect fit. Oh, he is, huh? Have you heard? Have you ever played basketball at any level or high school? Uh, Outside of just middle school, no. I used to play a lot of basketball in elementary school and then in middle school, but then my skills deteriorated badly with in elementary school is when I kind of moved away from playing basketball because I got obsessed with playing foursquare and all that, and then just wasn't really into it. I think I kind of in elementary school, because before a certain grade level, I wanted to be a basketball player. I used to watch Space Jam over and over. I used to watch a bunch of basketball games or movies, but something changed. Kind of just moved away from it. I went from wanting to be a basketball player to a construction worker. I don't even know how that happened, but no, first it was it was basketball player, then construction worker, then wanting to be in the Navy because I was thought aircraft carriers were cool and all that. And then went from that to not having anything that I really wanted to do or that I could name to then wanting to be an actor or primarily an actor, comedian second, because people are like, oh, you're so funny, you should be a comedian. And then it took me up until middle school. Last couple of years of middle school, it was like, oh, maybe. I never really cared about it. Then in high school, I doubled down on it. And Minnesota traded and got 8th pick from Dillingham and Spurs. Yeah. Utah Jazz with the 10th pick. Cody Williams. Not familiar with him, as I haven't been familiar with everybody else so far. Oh, I got the hiccups damn near. Kevin Lang, Commissioner, let's say if you keep playing basketball all the way into high school, what college basketball program would you want to go to? Uh, it's probably just something in Michigan, or because I'm pretty fond of the state. Even if I had millions of dollars or was rich, I would primarily want to live in Michigan because it's a very low key, quaint, peaceful state for the most part. We don't have wild weather or anything. It's not a state that's at the top of everyone's mind in terms of this. It's just a state that minds its own business somewhat. And then everything here is pretty normal. It's not too much craziness or anything. So it would be somewhere Detroit related stuff or just in Michigan in general. Alejandro Ramirez says, I am a Navy veteran. You didn't miss much. Yeah. It was those aircraft carriers. I thought I was so into aircraft carriers for a while, and just amazement and how they are essentially built a city. It's like a moving city on the water. It's got all these capabilities and then I was like, oh, I want to be into there, and then just kind of changed. The basketball thing I think changed around the time elementary school has started to change because I think I was aware even at that age I started to become aware of my height, and sometimes most of the time anyway, NBA players they get their first little growth spurt in elementary school. And I was basically the same height as a lot of people. And then I said, I don't know if it's because you can, and I wonder just how many people or some of you who may be watching may be doing that. Or, oh, thank you very much, Saggy Bones, for the donation. Thank you for tuning in and spending some time here. Because I wonder if some of you who are watching, or have you known anyone that if let's say you really dedicated yourself to basketball and you put your all into it, you're clearly better than almost everybody you meet or play against, but you just don't get taller. You just have to come to reality, or you just have to bring your mind more so into a grounded sense of realism. Like, yeah, I'm probably not going to be able to make it in the NBA. And even if I do, there's going to be the constant question of my height and all that. Like, you got someone like an Isaiah Thomas, you got people like Muggsy Bogues and all that, but it's just always going to be this like, I just didn't get the height thing. So I know Michael Jordan, I think he was 5'10" for a while. And on top of him being 5'10", they were looking at him as a player. They said he's not really anything special. He's all right. His play and skills increased and got better, but his height stayed the same. And then over a summer or two, he went from 5'10" to like 6'3". Then he got up to 6'6", and then it was like, okay, yeah, now he's. And if you look in Jordan's immediate family and people that's even just ancestors or just the generation before his, nobody is that tall. That just makes that whole cool factor of Jordan go up even higher. Because he was taller than his father. He was taller than pretty much everybody. There was nobody, I think, in his family that was over 6 feet anything. And then here you have him out of nowhere, 6'6". He had he got some real miscellaneous genetic lottery gene and then just shot up. And then I don't even think his kids, I think, are like 6'1" or something. So it's, I don't know. I didn't get to see who went number one because I started this too late. I was trying to get it to work and it wasn't working. How tall is Trey Young? Trey Young looks like he's like 6 feet at best sometimes. Because I saw one time Kyrie was standing next to him and Kyrie looked too much taller than him. Not a lot taller, but distinctly taller than him. And Kyrie, I think, is 6'2" or 6'3". And then Curry is 6'3". So I think Trey Young is like 6 feet, I think. Magic School Boss. How are you doing? I missed the beginning. Did Bronny go or no? No, he didn't go yet. George Washington. He did not. How patriotic of you to show up and hang out in the stream. Malachi S. How tall are you? I am 5'10". If I could have had a way to customize myself like you do with a my player, I would make the height that I want to be like a perfect 6 feet. Just no taller. I never had a desire to be a tall person, like 6'4", 6'5" person. Only just because I wanted to pursue acting and did a lot of things acting. And the leading man in a film needs to have a good, decent height. And it just works better for camera angles and all of that. You don't got to go through too much to kind of mask the height discrepancy like you would with someone being a Tom Cruise who's 5'7", and some leading men of old that have been 5'6" or whatever, and they got to do a lot to kind of hide that. And I said, oh, I want to be a good even 6 feet, nothing more, nothing less. But I didn't eat enough of my vegetables, unfortunately. So 5'10" is fine, but I'm fine with my height. I'm perfectly okay with it. They showing draft class of old, 1984 draft class notable players: Barkley, Stockton, Michael Jordan, Olajuwon, Hakeem, and just the fact that Jordan went third. And for a while, I always thought he went second because I know about them wanting a center, and then they said get Jordan at center. It's like, no, we need a center, and then he went third. So wow. 11th pick, Chicago Bulls select Matis Bazelis. Oh, he's crying. Oh, two-time Gatorade Player of the Year, 2023 McDonald's All-American. 14 points per game, 6 rebounds, playing for G League Ignite last season. Okay. Man is tall. He looks like a Call of Duty player, like a default Call of Duty player. He got to bend down to hug Adam Silver. Damn. And Adam Silver, I think, is 6'4" or something. Y'all need to build around Cade, and Asur needs to work on jump shot. Don't forget about Jalen Duran got commit. Yeah. Because Jalen Duran is really, he's just, if he got a serviceable shot, he doesn't need to know anything more than that, really, in terms of just shooting the ball, because he does so many things great. Double machine. Him being the youngest player at the time in the NBA and doing what he was doing was great. And some NBA stars or notable players had some good things to say about him too, and just how strong he is. So I was like, yeah, okay. But yeah, Sore, he needs to get better at shooting. We just need shooters in general. We are in sore need of shooters in Detroit. He is crying because he has to come to the crap shoot that is Chicago, and it hurts. I'm a fan of the Bulls. uh, damn. Yeah, I don't know what they have going on there in Chicago. I don't know what the plan is or what the future holds. I feel the same way I feel about the Bulls as I do about Charlotte Hornets, but I think the Bulls probably get more flack because they're the Chicago Bulls and nothing's happening. Uh, Ah, this guy they just took the Bulls. He's like, I'm ready to work, man. I was born for this. That's beautiful. Love hearing that if you're in part of front office. Oh man. Yeah, he seems like a really cool guy to have. Driven, determined. Basilis, is his last name. That's great. I like this guy. Like I'll be keeping an eye out for him. Deepak Nambison. I hope I'm not mispronouncing that too. Hello from London. Not too heavy, but I've recently been ill and ended up spending 6.5, 6.5 weeks in total and nearly died. I watched all of your YouTube videos. They helped me a lot. That means the world and then some to hear you say that I could be of some help to you in such a tumultuous time that you are going through. I wish you a very speedy recovery and things can get far better than what they've been. To hear you almost lost your life, but you were able to make it out of it. That really happy that you're still here with us and that you spent that time look at just anything that I was doing. It means a lot. I thank you more so for just watching, and I do hope you get better. That's really sad to hear. 6.5 weeks in a hospital. I really do hope you get better. Commish without glasses is truly a sight to see. Yes. Yeah, it's been so long. I had them on the entirety of the playoffs. I nearly forgot what I looked like without them on. I'm fully on the mend. That's great to hear. Really, really great to hear. Hey, Dynamo, what would you do if the Detroit Pistons paid for Draymond? It. I don't want. I would rather have. I said that man's name. Oh my God. I read it and then I thought about it. I said, wait, did I just say that for that? That if that redacted got on this team, I would see it more so as him suffering. I would rather have Ben Simmons on the team than him. Wait. Or is it the no, the reverse. I'd rather have Mule from Golden State than Ben Simmons because Ben Simmons is still pretty young. So I know if Ben Simmons is here, they're probably thinking of keeping him, or then he would be around longer. With with Darth Mule here, he won't be here too much long to piss me off, but it would do him more damage, him being here. And he needs to suffer for his shenanigans and foolishness. OKC has selected Nikola Topic with one of their millions of picks that they have. Now there's like three Nicolas in the league. I think there's 3 or 4 Nicolas now. There's Nikola Jovic, there's Nikola Jokic, now there's Nikola Topic. Yeah, if I had to choose between Darth Mule and Ben Simmons, I would prefer to have Darth Mule here. Not because I like him better than Ben Simmons, just because if Ben Simmons is here, he would stay around to toxify the team and roster more. Whereas with Mule, he wouldn't be here but just a season or two. It's not like he's some young. He's not the same age as Simmons. Another gem from the Nikola factory. So far, yes, indeed. There's a lot of Nikolas, and they've all been pretty good. Like Jokic aside, the other one, he's been pretty decent. You could damn near make a starting five of Nikolas now. He's a guard. This Nikola is a guard. He's got great vision. He said he's a creative finisher. Oh, he's a pick and roll playmaker. 6'7". Damn. He's a guard at 6'7". Damn. Do you like the Red Wings and Tigers, or you don't care? I do like both of them. I went to a Tigers game last year, and then I complained and made a video that I think, yeah, it's still on the channel. I think it is. The seats were just so bad. The seats that no, the seats in general and just sporting events, because they make it so you can't get up without moving the whole row because they're trying to pack as many people in there as sardines as they can. What happened to comfortability? Comfortability. I can't even talk. You don't want to get up. You got to get up for any old thing. You feel like a nuisance and a bother to everybody else in who's sitting down. And you know they feel annoyed, and you got to say, excuse me, excuse me, excuse me, every single person you pass. And then when they come back, you got to get up. Everyone has to stand up in order for you to sit down. Stupid. Horrible. Let me move that a little bit. Plays 2K. Barely. I barely play 2K. Like I don't enjoy this game. I don't like it. There's times I can stomach it and I'm okay with it, but I don't like the product that's being given. Because I know they could do a hell of a lot better than what they do. And I'm sick of them changing the shot meter every single damn year, trying to fool people into them thinking this is a completely new game. Stop changing the most important part of the game every single year. And their shot meter gets worse and worse and worse. The best shot meter they had, in my opinion, was 22's. 2K22 shot meter was pretty, to me, well rounded. Then they changed it two more times up until the 2K that we're at now. Stop. Enough. A basketball game where you can't shoot. I've seen select missions by other games have better shooting mechanics than 2K has. There's a scene in Spider-Man, in the newer Spider-Man game, with him and Miles Morales, where you're in the gym as Peter and you're with Harry. There's better shooting in that 5 minute section than there is in 2K. That's stupid. That's unacceptable. Did you see the NCAA new trailer? Yeah, I saw that. That's good that the me in the past would have cared enough to have bought that, but I'm not really, haven't been into college stuff in general. I haven't been too into, but it does look good. I hope that people enjoy it, or it's something that's good after a lot of bad that's come out on the sporting side of just sports games. Any gameplay soon? Yeah, I'll play some. I was just looking at the draft for some more. They don't have too many picks left. Edge Runner Gaming says, "Hey Commissioner, would you say this NBA draft is one of the worst drafts of all time? I don't know anyone except for LeBron's son and the guy that was the Mets game. It's Devin Carter to the Sacramento Kings. He's a guard. It's just not a sexy draft if you're a general manager. It's not a home run players aren't in here. There aren't players you can just look at and barely even have to give a thought about them and just being great. This is like, oh yeah, it's easy. You take him, take this guy, take this guy. There's gonna be drafts like that that happen every now and then. As of late in recent memory, this one is pretty low. So we won't exactly see how good the ooh, who is that? Who is she standing over there? Who is that? Is that his girl? He's got good taste, if that's so we won't know for another year or two just how some of these players are. I mean, if KD actually went to Houston, then they would have the former OKC Big Three playing for them. They would have had the former, yeah. Kevin Durant, he's a nomad. I don't even know what goes on with it. I guess he stays there, but that team, I don't know what Phoenix is even going to do to improve that team because they got swept. I'm gonna have to make another video on just how they stand as a team. Because when you go to the playoffs and you get swept, it wasn't even a hard sweep, uh, um, a completely just without a shadow of a doubt sweep. that no, that was a without a shadow of a doubt. You got swept. You can't compete at all, period, against the Timberwolves these past playoffs. The best sweeping a team can hope for, if you have to get swept, you would want to get swept maybe like the Lakers versus Nuggets the previous year, because at least those games were competitive. So you could say, okay, we just can't finish down the stretch. We can do this and that. It's not, it still looks horrible. It's horrendous, but the record isn't going to tell the complete story. But the Suns got swept by like 15, 20 point differentials game to game. Not only are you no match, you're not even serviceable to win a half. So do you bring that same team back? Yeah, you don't have a choice but to bring one of them. One of them's coming back. You know, Bradley Beal's coming back. You can't get rid of him. Not a good team in position to be in. You just have to hope you face different competition than the Timberwolves. Maybe you face someone else and you beat them and you get to the second round and get knocked out there. Not a good decision KD made. I don't know why you would align yourself with Devin Booker. Devin Booker to me is just not. He's a great player, but he's just not the person I say like, oh yeah, for sure, like we're winning a title. No, even if Bradley Beal wasn't there, I still don't see them being able to do nothing. If I was an NBA player, I would do whatever I can to get on a team with Jokic. If I'm a star or something, I'd be like, I take the thing because you know what you can get with Jokic. I do the same with There's not really too many with Giannis. I would do that too. If I'm a guard or something like that, dude, I could trust Giannis to do stuff. And there's not a lot of sure thing superstar players in the league. Optimisto, thank you so very much for the donation. Loving the content, man. Keep it up. I for sure will. I thank you for joining us here today. Well, I mean, if you've been here already, thank you for just being here. And thank you very, very much for the donation as well. KD shouldn't have left OKC to begin with. He would have had the same amount of respect like Westbrook currently. Yeah, he would have. Yeah, he should have. He should have just stayed on the Warriors. To be honest with you, it's like if you the best choice. If I were Kevin Durant, I just would have stayed on Oklahoma City. I just can't. I couldn't. He knew what would happen if he went to Golden State. I couldn't go somewhere and then have that hounding me and people just the outlook of that for so long. I would have just stayed at OKC. I mean, you took them 7 games, beat them. Okay, Trailblazers pick again at 14. They select Bub Carrington. He's a guard from Pittsburgh. Bub. KD can't join a team that has no ISO based system. He loves ISO offense too much. Yeah. I agree, Wyatt. I agree. And I thank you for being a member as well, Wyatt. If any of you want to be a member of the channel or something, interested in that, you can sign up for that. You can see videos before they get released. I need to have some more exclusive stuff as well as Patreon if anyone's interested. I need to have some more stuff on there. A lot of my problem now has been more so of just planning out when I want to release something because there's just so many different things and I don't want to mistime something because there's some Olympic related videos or skits that I'm waiting until they start before I make some of those. And then Team USA, I can't wait to just see that. Just seeing Curry and LeBron play one another and just how that looks, I'm gonna. And it's been a minute. It's been a minute since LeBron was in Team USA. I think it has. I think what 2012 was the last time. I think. Can't remember. Commissioner, if the Nuggets were willing to trade MPJ, would you be down? I don't know. The Nuggets had just a really unfortunate way of being eliminated because it just came down to them just not playing good. Multiple open shots that they missed, and they allowed the Timberwolves to get in a position where they're right there with them, and they couldn't get stops. So even when they did get stops, they couldn't convert on anything. Jokic himself was missing shots he shouldn't have. Jamal Murray was just Murray these playoffs. So I don't know. Like you do get some different role players more. Maybe try to establish some of the depth that you lost. I think if they still had Bruce Brown in them, they could have made a bit of a difference where it's not just having to rely on Jokic or Murray and MPJ. His shot kind of disappeared certain games. They just didn't play well. I don't believe if you go 1 year and you don't do good, that you just start trading people. If I'm the Nuggets and I won the year before this one, and I didn't win this one, and it's just mostly due to my sloppy play, I'd be fine with bringing this same team back. Or if there's somebody that I can pick up as a role player, I can. But I'm not getting rid of anybody. I don't think so. After this next season, then yeah. Orion Mason says, "Would you ever consider covering MMA or boxing?" Oh, yeah, I've had an idea to do that. Well, I'm gonna start doing that too. Yeah, I'm gonna make some videos on that as well. Tobias Harris has his talent stolen by Bronny. When do you think they'll pick Bronny? 20 or 25? If Bronny goes the first round, that's the only thing I'm waiting to see now. LA, wait, is that? Yeah, that's Lakers at 17. Then he should be going in two more picks from now. It's pick number 15, Miami Heat. So yeah, he should be going there if they're so emphatic about signing him, which I don't think is proper to do when you could get someone else to help round out the team. Go waste a pick on Bronny. I'm gonna start laughing if they get him and just two more picks from now. Yeah, if LA picks Bronny, I'm gonna throw. If they start, I swear, if they pick, that I don't see how. And then I gotta make another video on that. On I forgot who it was. Two different people had said that people whose opinion in these matters of basketball matter were saying, I can't imagine them playing Bronny. What? So we're just getting Bronny to not play him all season? What's the point of that's literally throwing a pick in the garbage. No. What you get him for? Just to get him just so he could sit on the bench and say, yay, good job, Dad. You made a shot. Yay, you're carrying the team. Again, you're being a ball hog or nobody. No. You draft him to be a cheerleader, essentially. Hell no. No. Heat pick is in, you say. Foxtrot says heat pick is in. It's in the middle of a commercial for me. I don't see anything yet. But I do see pick is in, though. Should be over right now. Commercial is over. Yeah, it just ended. Wyatt says, yep, that's my Lakers. We love throwing shit away. He's going undrafted like Jeffrey and Marcus Jordan. Jonathan Dorcas says that. That would be hilarious too. I don't want ill will to happen to him. I don't want him to not be able to do what he wants to do. Of course, you want to see players become the best version of themselves, and you want to see them be successful. But I just don't think he's just not ready. Everybody knows if his father wasn't who his father was, he wouldn't be getting drafted. You need another year. I didn't even know he was as tall as he is. He's shorter than what people were saying he was. Because for the longest, I was hearing Bronny was 6'3". And I said, okay, Bronny is 6'1". The shorter you are as a player, it just looks worse on you. It's not even a question of he could be a great person defensively. You just cannot play proper defense. What can you even do? Oh, look at Heat draft headquarters. Look at Pat Riley sitting in the middle like a Don Corleone. He's in his element. He's unbothered. DJ Knights Gaming says his brother's taller than him. Yeah, he's taller than him. It's like, what? It just don't look good. Oh, Miami Heat is getting Khalil Ware going to Miami with the 15th pick. He is a center from Indiana. They do need a center. They need some. This could be pretty good. Oh, he's crying too. That's always that's always tear jerker to see. That's beautiful to see. That's got to be the best feeling in the world to be a player to go in the first round. No matter what happens afterward, the fact that you just got picked in the first round as an athlete by these people, these big wigs in front offices that get paid all these millions, that are basketball aficionados and all that. There's people who are scouts that go to select locations to see you play. They thoroughly analyze you on the court. That's got to feel real special to see these people just they're looking at you. It's like, oh, I see this, and to even be somebody like a Wembenyama, who many NBA players that have ever been in NBA history they haven't experienced that highly sought after type person where every organization in the damn league is coming to these games and things that you do, looking at you damn near in middle school, basically middle school, and saying, "Oh, he's gonna make us so much money. Oh, he's gonna." You just get a lot of these players don't be understanding just how amazingly great they have it. That's why it irritates me when I see so many of them be spoiled or just entitled on dumb, stupid things and issues, or just on their behavior and play. Alan Cardwell says, as you as a fan, I wasn't impressed by Bronny at all. I think you only scored like 10 points against all of us last year. Yeah, not very. There's nothing that stands out really too much about him. The media will go out of their way to make him look a lot better than what he is. And even the media, as much glaze as they do, isn't making him look that much more appealing. Imagine if he was actually extremely good. They would make him into the next Kareem or Jordan coming out of the draft. Pick 16. 76ers are on the clock with 4 minutes, 13 seconds. And then after that is LA. Let's see what LA does. Because I was under the interpretation that Bronny would be going somewhere in the 50s, 40s to 50s. And that would be tomorrow. So if they pick him at 17, I swear, Thanks for the comment, Reed. Appreciate you. No problem at all. No problem. I try to read most of what everything everybody is saying. I don't know how some people that be in these things, let's be people typing a mile a minute. I would feel bad because I would like to hear what the majority of people have to say and talk directly, but then it's just hard to do when you're in a situation like that. Oh, Bruce Wayne, I didn't see what you were saying. How tall is the commissioner? I said earlier I was 5'10". I would have liked the height that I had wanted to be if I could pick a height. It would be just an even 6 foot, but that's only just because I want to be an actor, and a leading man's perfect height is 6 feet. Camera work, camera visuals, camera angles, and everything just aligns really well. I wouldn't desire to be any taller. I never wanted to care about being 6'2", 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's Do you wish that your team drafted Cam Whitmore though, Kamish? Yeah, yeah, kind of do, but it wouldn't have really helped anything given the way things were, how bad they were. So the the head of the snake needed to change and get chopped off because it doesn't matter who you draft if the well is so poisoned. The people you draft are just going to kill over and die because of poisoned water. You need to get whoever it is out that's poisoning the water because you're not putting them in a position to be successful. The Jonathan Gavoni who's on here was talking about why Dalton Connect isn't being drafted, and he's still on the board, and he can do a lot of things to help a team right now, but he's just still there. And then they mentioned his age. Is he 22, 23? Immaculate. Do you think Wemby will ever leave the Spurs? I don't think he'll ever leave. I think he wants to finish his career there. Things would have to get horrible and horrendous there for me to think that he would leave. I think he begins and ends his career as a Spur. Connect is the steal. Yeah, the panel, some of them, they're wondering why he hasn't been picked yet. They bring up the age, or they mention maybe it's his age, maybe they don't like this and that. But I legit think Wimpy will be a top 3 player all time. Said it does. He has that capability for sure. My God, I couldn't hear what he just said because this idiot driving by. It's getting hot in here. 76ers select Jared McCain, guard from Duke. Oh, he wants to make it to the NBA because his brother, unable to go any further, as he said he had blood clots or something. So he's trying to live out both their dreams. That's beautiful, very poignant. Loomy Looms. Oh, it's been a while since you've been. Well, it's been a while since I streamed, but congrats on 40K. Thank you very much. Thank you, Loomy. Jared McCain. He's got 2.7 million followers on TikTok. Katie the Nova. I think I was still just Nova last time you streamed. It has been a minute. I streamed. Well, I've had to delete the past couple streams just because they got copyrighted, and I didn't want some happen. I just got deleted them. The Piston stream though is still up. He painted his nails. What did he paint his nails for? 2.8 million followers on TikTok. Jared McCain has. Whenever they talk about how many people someone has that's following them, and then I'll be thinking they must be doing so. It's just them dancing. It's just they all do the same dance moves and get millions of followers. Like that's it. Showed all the different TikToks that he was doing, and more than half of them it was just him dancing. I don't know how people can watch that all day. But why they showing TikToks on the draft? I don't know. Killian got cut from France League. I've never desired to paint my nails. No, one time, the only time I've ever thought that was cool was looking at Naruto and the Akatsuki who they painted nails. Other than that, never, ever. Okay, I don't plan to either. Oh, Jeremy Payne, what is this trend of guys painting their nails? I don't know. There's a lot of people that's into that. What people do and they want to do, they free to do whatever. Me personally, I just. Lakers pick is next. Their pick is in, actually. Lakers pick is in. We should see Commissioner Bronze coming out any second. Look at JJ in the front office thing. Rob Palenka and them. And if they draft Bronny at 17, it's going to be a historically embarrassing moment for them. There's no way. There's no way they do that. Tomorrow. They get him tomorrow. There's no way they do that right now. It kind of looks funny either way, but if they get it, it doesn't make sense to get him. It's like it's a testament to just what he's shown and his skill. It's just nice, like you're not one and done type material. But Lakers made a decision. Here comes Commissioner Bronze. He's about to announce it. Spurs are drafting Rob Dillingham. Okay, all right. Yeah, Lakers selected Dalton Connect from Tennessee. Thank you, thank you. I was about to say if they did that, man. Oh my, that would have been. It's a smart. Somebody had mentioned just her in the stream. He's a steal, and they were wondering why is he still on the draft board? Why hasn't the team picked him up? Because he can help people win right now, and he's a solid, complete player. And they were mentioning his age may have something to do with it. Look at everybody is in here. It's like, oh, thank God. There was no. Oh, I would have burst out laughing if they did that. Dodged a bullet for now. Why it says I'm still alive, bless. Ha, thank God. No, what if Bronny doesn't get drafted? There's still that possibility, but he's if that does happen, that'd be kind of funny. I'm not going. Jonathan Connect. He's a scoring machine. He can shoot for three. He can do. I can definitely see. I see LeBron dishing him, and oh, he a catch and shoot. He a real catch and shoot type guy, and he goes in like that. He kind of reminds me of. Look at that, dang! He got some explosiveness. He reminds me of a taller Austin. Austin. What is his name? Why can't I remember his name right now? Austin Reeves. Yeah, there we go. He got a 6'9" wingspan. Shoot off the dribble, can finish when he gets to the rim. Yeah, this is a good pick for the Lakers. A good pick. Bullet is coming tomorrow for sure. Okay, he's 6'6". 20 points per game. He averaged in Northern Colorado senior season. Okay, straight to Tennessee. Yeah. If you're a Lakers fan, this looks pretty good. I would be satisfied with this. Oh, gotta charge my phone. And they talking to him right now, and he's fitted. He's got his accolades and all that posted in a suit. What are your new teammates gonna say about you? Monica said, I'm surprised she didn't say LeBron, bring up LeBron or anything. This was a steal of a pick. Yeah, this was a steal. They kept bringing up his age. I guess they just really aren't trying to get. I don't know his exact age because they didn't. They could have said it and I missed it. He must be either 22 or 23. And everybody thus far that have been drafted have been like 19, 20 and stuff. So Orlando Magic select Tristan da Silva, a forward from Colorado. What happens if a team doesn't pick in time? I do not know. I do not know, actually. Everybody's been picking in time so far. It's just, I don't know. It's a good question. He's 23, right? I guess he has to be, I guess, something like that. What happens if a pick doesn't sign? That too, I forgot how, I thought I knew how that worked because there have been some times when someone, I can't remember exactly what happens. Tristan da Silva, 6'8", going to the Magic. Got versatility. He's got court vision. Oh, good passer. I can see him doing some good things with Paulo Banchero. Oh, he can space the floor as a shooter. 40% three-point shooter. Hmm. This is a good pick for Orlando Magic. What pick is next? I'm a Cavs fan and want to watch them pick. Cleveland is at number 20. Orlando just picked Da Silva, so Cleveland is after Toronto Raptors. Toronto Raptors are 5 minutes about on the clock. So Cleveland should be next. I mean, what they're going to be next. Toronto's 19, Cleveland's 20, New Orleans is 21. Isaiah Torres, thanks for letting me know. No problem at all. Happy to help. ESPN is freak out that Bronny wasn't picked. They better not. They talked about him more than any other player in the draft. You think this whole draft was just drafting Bronny and that's it? Everybody else go home. As a Cavs fan, if we pick Bronny, I'm going to lose my shit. Isaiah, if they pick Bronny, that would be that'd be funny. He only took a few workouts, so maybe Bronny won't sign if the wrong team picks him. If he does that, that wouldn't look good for him if he were to do that. There will be outrage, there will be anger if he does that. And then people will go accuse of LeBron of telling him to have done that and say, okay, yeah, don't sign unless it's where you supposed to go, where we the plan that fits into the script that we won. And then yeah, he if I'm him, I don't want those problems. You think there's a chance Suns pick Bronny at 22 because he did a workout with Phoenix? Yeah, that's possible. I heard the only teams it was Phoenix, it was one other one, and then it's the Lakers. So it's like three of them. So, but that's still a bad pick if I'm the Suns, unless LeBron goes there to sign for absolutely nothing, barely anything, and then you got that team still isn't winning anything. Javon Mudd, how are you doing? It's a good day when Mr. Commissioner Dynamo is live. Yes, yes. Welcome to everybody who's just now joining us. We've been looking at the draft. Pistons already picked. Everybody is gone. It's up to 19. Toronto Raptors pick is in. So whenever this commercial is over, he'll be saying. Funny thing is, on Instagram, a lot of people on the Cavs comment section wanted Bronny so we could get LeBron back. Isaiah Torres says, you gotta let that go. That's damn near the equivalent of OKC fans wanting Kevin Durant back. Don't ruin what's there to do that, because LeBron isn't the type that he's going to just get out of the way. I can see Kevin Durant going to OKC. Well, not actually see this, but let's say if Kevin Durant were to go to OKC and he's a free agent and he signs there, I can see him getting out of the way and just not really being the focus of attention, even though they're going to shine the light his way. LeBron goes to Cleveland, it's just going to turn into a whole event and take away from what's being built there. And he's going to go out of his way to make sure that happens, too. Some of which I don't fault him for, because Cleveland, that's where you're from. That's where. But if I'm a young player and all that, they don't throw away a year for something like that. Do you like who the Pistons got? I do like who they got, but then it makes me think that they may get rid of Jaden Ivey. So I feel bad if they do get rid of him. Alejandro Ramirez says, off topic, favorite breakfast cereal, Captain Crunch. That is my OG. It's my favorite among favorites. I can never get, I get tired of every other cereal before I get tired of Captain Crunch. My second favorite is probably Fruit Loops. I say Fruit Loops, then Cinnamon Toast Crunch, then Fruity Pebbles. 19th pick, Toronto Raptors select Jacoby Walters. Hey, he got a blue suit on. He's looking swagged out. Jacoby Walter, who's getting drafted to the Raptors, they said, fun fact, he's named after two NBA greats. So they combined the names. So Kobe, of course, and Michael Jordan, but then I wouldn't have thought of Jordan with the Ja thing. I would damn near think they trying to name even though this doesn't make sense because birthdays and all that and time don't line up. It's like Ja Moran or something. I wouldn't have thought Jordan. Jacoby is a dynamic shooter. 6'10" wingspan. Good coming off screen. I could see him doing good with Scotty Barnes. Reg Leg says, "Congrats, bro. Been on the ride since around 1K subs. You're one of the OGs that came here, the early settlers. I thank you so much for being here, Reg Legs. Thank you very much. A huge gamble it was making this channel anyway. And this channel is only what it is, or helped in the growth of what it is, because I told the people from my original channel, if you want to just look at a sports only, basketball only, then I think it was about 60 or so individuals that came over here, and then that helped the growth for everything else. Could have been more, of course, since from over there, but Spooky says, "Kamish, we thank you for being so great. Thank you also, man. Look at this man in here. Dynamo's receding hairline because the Pistons suck. Yo, 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 bro. Look at this. How do you expect my proverbial hairline to not recede when things like this? Even though I did check, it's not, I need to get my. That's been something that I've been meaning to do for a while too. I need to get my hair cut and have an actual style and all that. Oh man, it's funny that I started this channel and then the Pistons have the worst season that they've ever had and all that. It's a lot of stars aligned for things to be the way that they were. It's funny. Once I declare my love and my attachment to the Pistons, and then the NBA regular season starts, because I started this channel when the playoffs were already going on, the first round, full on season, and then the Pistons go and do something like that. Katie the Nova says, "Found you through the WNBA video." Yes, that video got demonetized for like 10, 15 minutes, and then they changed it, and then they said, "Okay, never mind." Then I had uploaded it, and I wanted to make sure I had the NBA trash one too, which I may end up having to make one if I ever do make a sequel to some. There's plenty of videos I've done I could make sequels to, but the NBA trash one I can make a sequel to that. The WNBA one is kind of just beating a dead horse. It's not. There's nothing in there that I'd say that's really changed too much. Like they've done a lot of good things. In for what I mean, they haven't really done anything. They just got some good players that people know and care about. But in general, I've been trying to make myself look at WNBA games, and it is painful. It's painful as it was before Caitlin Clark, and it's still painful after she's here. So I just said I can't. Mish, what are your all-time starting five for the Pistons? Uh, I really like Chauncey Billups, but I might have to. Of course, you got to go with Isaiah Thomas, and then I'd say. I want to say Joe Dumars, but then I know there's something else I would say. Hmm. Well, if we mean people who've ever had been on the Pistons, then Derrick Rose was still pretty good when he was here. I would probably put him at two, and then three, uh, maybe Rip Hamilton. Then four, Rodman. Either three, Lambeer or Rodman. One of them. No, three, Rodman, then Lambeer, then Ben Wallace. Thoughts on the Clippers' new logo? Theo T says, I did not know they had a new logo. If the Pistons are better next year, I will rename this account to Commissioner System. Ugh. Ugh. This I may like this one better than that one. Only 3 or 4 guys that I would keep as the Pistons GM would be obviously Cade and Asur. Then it's that Jalen Duren guy. Yeah, yeah, Jalen Duren stays absolutely. If I have to pick only 2 people on the current Pistons squad to stay and are just hands off, is Jalen Duren and Cade. Cade still has question marks to me because I just don't know. He made it's just decision making that he made it. I said, I don't like that decision he made. I don't like what he did here and there. I don't know if it's a combination of just, I don't know. Oh, wait, Cleveland's pick. 20th pick. Cleveland Cavaliers select Jalen Tyson. I don't think he's there. I don't see him. I see him in the thing. 6'5", wing. Shot creator. Three-level scorer. Averaged about 20 points, 47% for field goal range, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. Okay. I wonder if they go make a decision on that because then Donovan Mitchell said he wanted to stay, or did they? But then it's just him with Garland because of the issues of having them both. Are they going to trade one of them? I don't know. Thoughts on Hulu clip series? I have to watch that. I haven't. If I can see it, do I have to get Hulu to watch? I guess I do have to, unless I can find it somewhere. I haven't watched it yet though. Katie the Nova says, "Can you explain the in-season tournament? I really don't understand it." Well, the in-season tournament, the way they should have made it more simplistic. The way they introduced it, it just sounded overly confusing. There aren't any extra games with the in-season tournament. It's the same games that would normally exist in the season. It's just those games are made special by the coloring of the court and them specifically saying this is an in-season tournament game. And it's bracket to bracket type thing and all that. I forgot some of the individual particulars of it, but there aren't any new or extra games added throughout the season. But then it's once they introduce the in-season tournament, then there's people who are complaining about its implementation, saying that it was a contributor to injuries. It's like everything is a contributor to injuries. I didn't see the point of an in-season tournament, but they just say, oh, like that particular part of the NBA season, I guess, is when things are their most boring, which I thought it would be more the back half. Well, I say like that. That's probably a more boring part, but that's like basketball just came back. What are people turning it off for? But if people are turning off the TV, then it's only because the players have made it a point in them just not giving a damn. Oh, Commissioner Draymond has injured. I was wondering when you would show up. I dare Dynamo to say 3 good things about his favorite player. Redacted. I said that man's name earlier because somebody had said something. I said, I was like, ugh. I can easily say 3 good things about him. He's he was a pretty good integral part of what the Warriors established there. He's a good facilitator. and he's a great glue guy. That's it. I think you put him on most other teams, he's not anything that what he ended up being. The Warriors just didn't have. Sometimes you need a dog or something, and the Warriors being shooters that they were, and Clay and Curry, and you need somebody to get dirty with people. You need somebody to push people around and all that. He service. That's his primary function and stuff. So yeah, I actually liked him before all this nonsense. New Orleans Pelicans select who? Yves Missi? They playing Lil Wayne's 6 foot, 7 foot. I like how all these teams they got the specific song for that thing. Yves Missi, a center from Baylor. Commissioner, what are your thoughts on Mavs and them possible getting Bronny? I think Mavs were one, Phoenix was one, and then there's Lakers. I don't see the point in doing that. Mavericks have some plenty of other things they could do. It just there's Bronny doesn't add anything good to a team as he currently is. The only way I see it being a benefit to any team and getting Bronny is if LeBron is going there as well, which he is now downplaying and saying through Rich Paul and some others that oh no, he's not. Don't think just because you're getting Bronny you're going to get because you realize oh wait if anyone wants to get him that means I could go somewhere ass. So no, I don't want to go there. Just no point. If I'm a general man, he Bronny better not make it in the first round on principle. I don't care who your father is. You're not all of those things and priors that were against him. That unfortunate circumstance revolving around the cardiac arrest thing, him and his team being the worst in that Pac-12, the points and stuff are not good. The what he contributes to the team isn't anything of worth or noteworthy. And you're just going to draft him just because you may get LeBron? That's a waste of a pick. If I'm an organization, someone drafts, I'm pissed off. We don't got time for no nonsense like that. The only team I could see drafting him and it not do anything is the Celtics, just because they won a title. Everybody else should be working towards something. Because Celtics, they could draft him and it won't hurt or harm them or help them really. But if Celtics were to draft him, that'd be hilarious. Because I know LeBron, he don't like Boston, and Boston, I've heard they got that. They got a lot of openly opinionated people who decry those of darker skin tone there. Commissioner Draymond says, "Who's better, Bronny or Isaiah Appendix?" Isaiah Appendix, easily. He's talking about Isaiah Livers because I was calling Isaiah Livers that lesser important parts of the human body, sphincter, tailbone. Isaiah Sphincter, Isaiah Tailbone, Isaiah Penn. I take Thanasis over Bronny. If Bronny wasn't 6'1", I would feel better about picking him. But he's 6'1" and he's not that standout. Like he's below what one would consider to be marginal. At least Thanasis is taller, so I'm getting something out of that. No. Bron in a Celtics jersey sounds so wrong. That would be funny though. Yeah, it does sound wrong. It took me damn near 75% of the NBA season to get used to him being on a Lakers jersey. That took a while. That took a minute. Just seeing him in yellow, purple, and gold, this don't look right. I can't. Commissioner, thanks for making videos. They accomplish your goal of bringing entertainment. I know your family will be proud of you. Just take care of your health. Yeah, I try. I try to varying degrees of the success. I try. Stay up too late. Then I've allowed myself to sink to certain levels of uh, depression and things where I kind of didn't do good in keeping up with my own just overall things. So I have to work on that. I have to be more diligent and disciplined with that. But thank you very much. I want to hear some people's opinions and thoughts on the Infinity War. It was Drake, Kendrick, and all that. I do want to hear in the aftermath of some stuff. What did you think about the pop out that Kendrick hosted, as well as the music video and some stuff like that? Where does Drake go from here and all that? I did want to make a video after the pop out just talking about it, but then I didn't get around to it. There was something took precedence over the team. Katie the Nova, I am woefully ignorant on the subject. No, I don't blame you. It got big. The fact that it got as big as it got in different circles of people who don't have care nothing to hip hop or don't be paying attention is it's the two biggest stars or two of the biggest stars in the genre. So Drake ass elementary schooler singing his this track. He always will sell music, but it's still old. Phoenix selects Darren Holmes II center. Yeah, they needed a center. That was a good pickup for Phoenix. Kendrick had casuals reading his lyrics. Yeah, DeAndre Ayton replacement. Yeah, I could see that. It was good pickup for Suns. Can Commiss you listen to Lupe? Yes, I do. Um, Mural and just listening to that like that is beautiful. That I like how when he did lasers, and that was his basically being his most commercial self, and then he gives you something uh like mute or like all that like that there was just that's a deep ass album and what he does on there. Wait one second. Not in the library. Where's hold on, I was trying to look for something. On I got stuff confused. Tetsuo and Youth, I meant. That's what I meant. It's just Mural is one of the songs on Tetsuo and Youth. We're all chemicals, vitamins and minerals, and Vicodin with inner tubes wrapped around the arm to see a vein like a chicken on a bone. Top cat chat, let's begin another yawn. Or is it sausage cheese, or is it chicken palm? But boosters don't fly like boosters don't buy. But so what powers cowards falling at the top just to fall asleep listening to Bach? I probably messed up one or two. Beautiful. Oh my God, the average person listens to that and they're like, what is he talking about? What is he talking about? And the later on in the section, he's like, and I make it rain like Rain Man, or rain like Rain Dance, or rain like it's one hand or wave out. Oh, Queen Killer, Rhapsody Boheme Queen, but Queen like white glove wave hand. That man is that he, in terms of just lyricism and stuff, he's better than Kendrick. And they had this conversation before, either on Hip Hop DX or somewhere, where they said, who's better between Lupe, Kendrick, who's better and I think some of them say Kendrick, and the people who know shit about rap and the craft and art, they're like, yeah, but we talking about who's the better artist. Kendrick is the better artist, but just overall rapping and stuff, I would say Lupe. As Drake fans have been very delusional, and there's been delusion on both sides, but it's mostly not necessarily delusion so much that I say from Kendrick fans, just them being overtly nonsensical on certain things. And then Drake fans have been actually delusional. I can't believe some of the takes and things I've seen from people. I would salivate at the chance of debating some Drake hard headed fools like people like Maul, academics, Los Polos. Horrible takes, horrible garbage, glazed takes. They love Drake. They identify Drake with their own personage in their existence. And Drake on Family Matters was good. Family Matters was really damn good. He met expectations for me on push-ups. There were some things he should have done better, because then it was a lot of short jokes and all that. It's like, okay, you're a lyricist. Come up with a better way to call him short. And one of them where he was like, "Oh, I have to hike down to tell you that." I was like, "Yeah, that's good." And then Family Matters, he did even the beat switch up. Drake Shooters doing TikToks, nigga. That was great. He did his thing on there. Meet the Grams just took all of that momentum and interest. It's as if that song doesn't exist. And I did get a lot of flack for a video that I made on it talking about the Meet the Grams thing, where I said it's kind of inadmissible. I should have contextualized what I was saying, because the daughter thing, it's not the biggest part of the song, rightfully so. Some people are pointing out, but just in me making a video, it's just, if you're gonna have some accusatory song, and this is just a monumental news update. Drake has a daughter, and nothing gets done with it. It's a movie that goes to the end, and then nothing gets resolved from it. It's like, well, what happened? And if you can't prove it, that's a whole person. If that person isn't brought into the fold, then what? It just makes me feel a little type of way. But then I've heard people in Kendrick's camp say, no, that daughter is real. They just don't want to mess up her life and do all that. But then it's like, I can't, like, it makes me feel a type of way. If we can't, lying about some things is one thing. In hip hop, you can do that. You can lie about an event, you can lie about a situation. But to lie about a person's existence, not saying that Kendrick lied, but if you talk about somebody being, I need to see that person, and that person's nowhere to be seen. Now, if in the next few months or a year it comes out that that was true, then that this song is automatically one of the greatest ever of all time. But until then, I just can't, because I feel a type of way about it. Genghis Swan said, uh, "Meet the Grams was good for 40 minutes." Yeah, So it's as if that song never came out. That is that strategic brilliance. He released that. That was such a wild night. And I was looking at the Clippers lose. The Clippers were losing. They got eliminated that night. And I said, ugh. I should have made a video, but then there's videos I wish I had covered more of the beef because then it would have also helped the channel. I would have gotten a lot more people and stuff. But I said the playoffs are what matter, but then you just don't know these things. So Milwaukee Bucks 23rd pick. They select AJ Johnson, a guard. Oh, he was sitting in the stands? He didn't even. Yeah, Adonis was exposed by Pusha T. Listen, this is what y'all don't get. It doesn't matter if he lied, meant to be a truth bomb. It's just a chess piece to shock everyone. Pusha T put a cut. Yeah, the Clippers. That's it's like the system and Kawhi and them. They get saved because of that night. They would have been trending number one. People would have been hee hee ha ha. It's as if that Clippers elimination didn't even happen. The energy and all that isn't even there. No one's even talking about it like that. The days afterward, because what was going on between Drake and Kendrick was so monumental, no one had the attention span to look at two different things. Damn, Harden got off the hook. Demon time, as this man said. Yeah, he's like OVO 40 hunched over like he 80. Tick, tick, tick. How much time that man he got is 666. I got the devil flow, nigga. 666. Like that man, he said, you are hiding a child. He started off the song automatically, masterstroke. He said, drug dealing aside, ghost riding aside. I was like, hmm? Everybody was like, hmm? Let's have a heart to heart about your pride. Your soul don't look alive. Ugh. And every time he'd say something, maybe he's like, forget she's a porn star. Let her be your world. Yuck. Yeah, yuck. He knows he's nasty. He knows he doesn't give two fucks. And at the end of the song, he said, talking about you upset. I want to see what it's like when you get angry. Volume one. This man said volume one. He had multiple. He said, we go surgical summer. We go peel it back layer by layer. He had more. So Drake saw that. And the fact that nobody knows Pusha personally like that. I mean, the average fan doesn't know about him personally. So what are you even going to rap about? There's nothing you can say. What are you going to say? Well, I got more money than you. No one cares. I got more hits. No one cares. Would you go try to diss Kanye? That's the rumored song that he said, oh, I had it, but it would destroy his career. You didn't have anything on Pusha T because there was nothing to rap about. It just would have been about him beating a dead horse that is Kanye. He didn't have nothing to say. So he just said, yeah, whatever. I lost. And the way that he, even in the interview, he was like, hey, he's talking about my family, my producer. It's just not wavy. It's not wavy for me. But you do that to everyone else. You talk about people's personal life. You be dissing them to where they only know you, and you follow people's ex. And you be trying to smash the person you with. Oh, it was bad when it happened to you. Get out of here. He said, yeah, you want to see what it's like when you get angry. He lied about, yeah, he lied to LeBron's face. Eternally grateful. Say about the mob ties, and that's another thing of Drake fans. It's like on a purely objective thing of what I'm saying. You cannot call yourself the greatest if you are caught cheating at once. In sports, it doesn't work that way either. Somebody could come, Michael Jordan, somebody could come out tomorrow with definitive proof that Jordan had PEDs for one game. I was like, no, because now it makes me think that you could have had other games that you did it. I can't call you the greatest anymore. You're done. And that's with Jordan. If you do this once for stuff like that, it's like it's gonna forever make me think, did you write this one though? Oh, this was great, but did you write it? I can't do that. So you're not the greatest rapper, and you can't be the greatest artist because Kanye is a far better artist than you ever have been. You're not half as good as him. You're not 25% as good as Kanye. Pete Kanye or Kendrick. You're not half as good as Kendrick as artistry. So what is he the best at? The hit making part? Even that we don't know because Mob Ties, he didn't write. Jumbotron Shit Poppin', he didn't write. 10 Bands, he didn't write. What do you do? What do you do? You're the best actor of all time. You're just a really great artist. And or I mean you're great at curating songs and all that, but everything else I just can't. This is hip hop. This isn't pop. I can't give you that allowance. That's an insult. If I'm Kendrick, I'm insulted. That's probably why that plays into some of Kendrick's hatred towards Drake. I write my shit and I make all this, and y'all trying to tell me this man here that spends half his time having people make songs for him, he just go in and talk, and then you go say he better than me? Hell no! I'm an insult. My name is Drake. I'm here to say I don't touch shit. And you say that's such a horrible part six, horrible, disgraceful that you even use that title. He said that Epstein line. I knew it. I expected it, or I knew that you. What does that even mean? Horrible. Absolutely horrible. He brings up Millie Bobby Brown. Nobody told you to say that. He made fun of Kendrick getting molested, which didn't happen. Because if he looked at the song in question, it was people thinking that he did, but he didn't. So you can't even listen to a song and use a diss properly. Trash. How do you wait years to diss someone and you fold that badly? And I know Drake had it in his mind that this was going to be two songs and he'd get rid of Kendrick, but he couldn't do that because me family family ties was supposed to be the not family tie family matters was supposed to be the nuke. The Knicks pick is in number 24. They select Keyshawn George. Big ass afro. What position does he play? Another French. Wait, high school. Oh, he attended high school in France. He's been the Cavs. Spider says, okay pick. Okay. Mm. Yeah, Knicks, they ready to compete right now, so they ain't got to get too much of a home run. They got what they need. Got OG and stuff, so he's 6'7". Okay, good, and he can shoot or pull up in somebody's face. Okay, yeah, that's good. Maybe if you lose Hartenstein, maybe you get this guy that can be like he's shooting in these people's mouth. Pause. I expected this Epstein anger. Yeah. Yeah. Why would you expect that? Second diss track, call about Kendrick. Let's go and get out of this beat. He said in Family Matters, talking about vacation. You're going on vacation. Kendrick caught him at a really bad time too. If this was the NBA, this is the equivalent of Drake doing. He played pretty much every game in the season, 81, 82 games. He played the playoffs and he went to the finals, and the finals went to game 7. Whether he wins or loses is irrelevant. So after that, he comes back and thinks he's going to relax. And then Michael Jordan comes out of nowhere and challenges him to a 1v1. And he's all like, bro, I'm trying to like, I'm vacationing now. Okay. I'm going to dish you. I'm going to beat you in this 1v1 real quick. And then I'm going to Jordan said, no, you're not. Come here. No, you're not. And remember, Drake made it personal. I don't know how many times Drake fans that are, I have to distinguish Drake fans from delusional Drake. So Drake stands and Drake fans. Drake stands act as though Kendrick talking about all this pedophile stuff and all that is unwarranted. When Drake went over here alleging that Kendrick's fiance was getting dug out by one of his producers or people on the label, being like Dave Free and all that. You went, I be with some bodyguards like I'm Whitney. He said, we ain't got to get personal. This is a friendly fade. But if you want to do that, okay, we can do that. That's what Euphoria was. Euphoria was just setting the table. He's all like, I'm going to warn you right now. I'm responding to you, but I'm also warning you. Do you want to do that? And then 616 in LA was, are you sure you want to do this? And then he goes and he's like, okay, then makes Meet the Grand. And he had 5 more songs? Ooh, my God. And then Drake hears all that. He's like, he sounded so defeated and dejected at the end. He was like, I hear you got like 5 other songs and shit. Like, nah, I'm not even high. He's like, oh, you'd be a worthy competitor if you want to call me a predator, because all my shit is facts. All my shit is facts. Everything I said is facts. I'm waiting on you to return the favor. You go keep waiting, because not everything that you said was fact. Nearly everything you said is a lie. K. Dot Shanley hit hard when Baby Keem put his pen to it. Where the hell did you get that from? Nobody in their right mind would think Baby Keem is writing for Kendrick Lamar. Baby Keem has been writing for Kendrick this whole time, is what you're saying? The same Baby Keem that was playing Minecraft and streaming Minecraft 5 years ago? Hell no. What, he over here rapping about what he go do to an Enderman or a villager? Couldn't trade with a trader in the village or something? Or the pig don't walk straight? Get out of here. Somebody said it's grippy. Yeah, that J. Cole thing. I don't know what's gotten into Drake and J. Cole, what the subsequent music they've released after this. J. Cole with the it's it's grippy. And then he said she's strictly dickly. Ugh. Horrible. Then Drake goes, he's like, oh, anything you do bad, I can do worse. That Sexy Red song. Sexy Red is so horrible. I just can't. Then he got that Wagwan Delilah. I'm so cheesed. After a beef, this is what you do? He got a song with Camila Cabello coming out where he's singing, so that should reinvigorate his stands and say, yeah, Drake is back. All Drake has to do is just make the best music he's ever made, and what I say it like it's easy. Just make some really damn good music and people will move away from this. But he's gonna be forever damaged from this. It's not like his career is over, but he's damaged from this. I want to see what he does going forward. I want to see if he still tries to inhabit free smoke Drake. Because this is the equivalent of someone walking around saying like, I could whoop anybody's ass here. Don't nobody want it with me. He gets his ass whooped in front of everybody. And then the next day he comes back here like, I'm that boy. I can whoop it. And it was like, was that you yesterday on the ground bleeding, crying? I want to see how he conducts himself going forward. Camilo Amnon said, "Hey Dynamo, just want to say thank you for making my days brighter, even with your creative content. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you." Stephen A. Smith is going crazy right now. Yeah, with the Knicks, but he was going crazy already when they got Mikal Bridges. Yeah, but yeah, oh yeah, like what? Let Cole live. He can give a bad line here and there, but he can countless features to kill it. What you mean? Pacom down. Wait, the Knicks are getting another pick? Did they have two picks right next to each other? Knicks are scary as hell. They are scary as hell for in the East for what they doing. But yeah, not to for J. Cole thing. Even though that wasn't just a good verse for him, but he I don't I respect him for bowing out the way that he did. I mean, people wouldn't like it because they want the competition stuff. But if I know things are going to get that nasty and that dirty with my contemporaries who I'm cool with, I'm not going to engage in that. I'm just not that type of person. I don't hate you. And we've been cool up until this point. And I'm not about to talk about you personally and go into some stuff to just on some rap type thing. No, you have to be somebody I don't know and a nobody for me to get like that. But I'm not to people I consider friends. J. Cole, I think, considers Drake and Kendrick a friend. So it wouldn't make sense for him to get down and dirty, rolling around in the mud with pigs like they were. So I understand why he backed out. It gave me a clue into what type of person J. Cole is, a more respectable individual. Drake isn't a respectable person. Drake carries himself. The way he carries himself, I don't agree with. How he does certain things, I don't like. And he just comes across as fake. His laugh is fake. It's like, it's just, nah. The man, he can sing pretty good. He's made some great songs. I've got a lot of songs in this thing I listen to, but he's not that guy that he tries to his run and all that. I can't even really think about how good his run is if he's not doing half of the shit that we think he's doing. It's just a fabrication. How much credit can I really give you? I know Drake has written for other people, but people try to use that as an excuse and say he's written for other people, so that means that he just because you write for other people doesn't mean that people can't write for you. What does that mean? Ministerial, the Motivaco? Ministerial da Motivaco? I hope I'm not messing that up. Shout out from Brazil. Did we get some Brazilian great player finally? Was that the one that just got drafted or was it one before? I can't remember, but thank you very much, Ministerial. Thank you for the donation. And Camilo and Amatis, keep it up, bro. Much love. Wish you greatness. Thank you very much for the donation to you too, Camilo. Thank you. If you're not in that, get out of the way. Stay out of the way. I get why J. Cole backed up. Yeah. Oh, I told you they traded a pick to the Wizards, but you're too busy talking about Drake. Oh, I was ingrained in the conversation. Okay, so that makes sense. All right. Edey was a surprise. They said it was a surprise of where he went, and I didn't. He's not even there because was it was the Grizzlies, wasn't it? It's a little hard to remember some of the players' names. So I would to me it was a surprising. I didn't know of him at all until this draft took place. But to see how tall he is and where he's going was interesting to me because they got They still got Steven Adams there, and then they could use another big or something. So it's funny how this whole year the Grizzlies were a non-factor. It's a shame Ja came back and had some season-ending surgery, but then it's just they disappeared off the face of the contention map. So watch they come back and they're gonna be somebody you gotta look out for again. With the West as deep as it is already, and the Grizzlies just took this year off because they kind of had no choice with stuff that was going on. Western Conference is just what is it about this? It's like ever since Jordan retired, the West has just been head and shoulders the top. And if it wasn't for LeBron getting drafted in Cleveland, then I mean, well, at least the East can say they've had two of the best players of all time. Like even Kareem with Milwaukee, but the talent gap has been just so absurd. Maybe that's kind of what factored into them changing the format to the All-Star game, because East and West, when it's just the best players in the NBA basically versus some of the best players that are on the East. This pick is moving again? So Oklahoma City traded with Washington. So even though it says Washington, OKC is getting this pick at 26. Dylan Jones. OKC, get the hell out of here picking players still. Enough. What more do you need? Every pick in existence and still picking players, and they got picks they ain't did nothing with. They got draft capital up the ass. Can make all types of trades. I get Azula vibes from Malika Andrews. uh, Richard, that was a good one. I could see some of that too. She hasn't done anything as of late. She hasn't done anything that's been, but I could see that. The instant she does something else, though, I will be making a vid. I could have made multiple Malika videos, like the one that I made, the short. But then some topics, I don't want to be. I don't want to just constantly be the thing. If nothing new is happening, I don't see the point. Like the Ja gun situation, you can kind of still do it, but unless he does it again, it's just not gonna hit the same. So I don't want to be someone that is still bringing up some of the same, doing the same joke. It has to be more so relevant. 985 joke. She hasn't done anything as of late. Give it time. Yeah. 83 is not that hot, bro. I reach Savage, man. I'm sweating in here right now, and I think it's um I think it's 80 something. I think it's 81. I don't agree with heat. I don't like this. It can get it can't even 85 to me. I don't like 85. Anything past 85 is against the law. It shouldn't be that. Up here where I'm at anyway, it shouldn't be that. It'd be different if I went somewhere, if I go to Florida, I go to California, I go to Arizona, I go somewhere like South America, I go to Brazil, I go near the equator, I go to Mexico. Okay. I burst into flames, but okay, but 85, and it just got through this week, just got through ending with it being 92, 93, 94. It got up to 97. I said, leave me alone. Shut it off. Shut up. I need to speak to the manager. That's enough. You don't have an AC. The house that I'm in, unfortunately, has the insulation is non-existent, and they pulled a fast one over us when this house was purchased, and it's been a problem we've dealt with since we've lived here. So every summer is dreadful. It's hotter in the house than it is outside. So whatever it is outside, it's 10 degrees hotter in the house. So when it got up to 96 outside, it was all the way up to like 103, 104 or more in the house. And I said, it's horrible. You could sit right in front of a fan, and the minute you leave in front of the fan, you just start to melt. Even being in front of the fan, it wasn't. So I have an AC unit type thing right here that I can turn on. I didn't want it to be too loud during the stream. At the moment, it's 81, so but you also got to factor in the humidity down here. It's at 90%. I can't deal with humidity. It's one thing when it's dry heat, but when it's humidity and it just got through raining and it's ugh, no. Don't even want to step foot outside. I feel nasty and disgusting. Try to do anything to either run or work out. You pick one leg up off the ground and begin to walk, and you start to melt and you don't even know. I can't. I have a difficult time telling. Is it because I'm working out really good, or is it just because it's so damn hot that blinking causes me to sweat profusely? Horrible. I don't mind shoveling snow. I prefer when it's cold. I can breathe during there. But I think my disdain for the heat primarily comes from the fact that this house being faulty. The electricity in the house isn't good. Upside down plugs and stuff. They pulled a fast one on this when mom had bought this house. So it just makes the lack of AC and stuff makes me hate heat worse. Because we don't have proper air conditioning here. We could turn the air conditioner on and the furnace is faulty and broken and from the 70s. So it can be on full blast and it wouldn't make any difference. It just makes the bill go higher. So you just leave it off. It doesn't do anything. Minnesota's pick is in number 27. Terrence Shannon Jr., 6'5", a wing. He's got athleticism. Hey. Oh, he's 23. Okay. Solid defender. Okay, this looks like a good pick for Timberwolves. I don't know what they do. I've heard them talking about moving Carl Anthony Towns, but then Rudy Gobert just that's like I would trade Rudy Gobert before I get rid of Towns. That defensive player of the year thing just doesn't translate in the playoffs. It's a bunch of empty calories. 100 plus degrees with high humidity, and I work outside, groundskeeper. No, Alan, no. My heart goes out to you, Alan. That's disgusting. I'm just not built for those types of conditions. Wolves don't need much. Ben Case, yeah, they don't. I just don't. That Rudy Gobert being there, he got exposed. He's just not. You can't expect offense from him, and when he can't do decent defending, what he's supposed to, that's supposed to be his hallmark. He's just a really tall guy that you lay the ball, or like you dish it to him for an alley oop, or he does rim finishes. So I don't know. Denver Nuggets is up at 28. Nuggets are trading their pick at 28 to the Phoenix Suns. Denver Nuggets select Ryan Dunn. So he's going to the Phoenix Suns. He's a forward. So Phoenix they had one they had a pick already, and now they do this. They doing stuff. They are doing stuff. Get some much needed depth on that squad. And this reason here, beach pool. Right. I hate the cold one. Jackass 1 will forever be goated. Jackass was hilarious. I thought the first one is it's like the first one was funny. It's just they took a lot of things to the next level for the second one. I think the second one is probably the best one. First one is still really good. Then the third one, it seemed like they just couldn't do a lot of what they were doing on first and second in terms of just public displays of certain things, probably because they got too famous or just wasn't as easy to film that. So I still haven't seen Jackass 4 yet. But yeah, rest in peace, Ryan Dunn. It's just that, but that incident and him with the driving and stuff, that's just not. I'd be damned I lose my life because of someone else, or the people who's in the car with him. Utah Jazz have 15 first round picks through 2031. Yeah, the Jazz are gonna be doing something too. The Jazz, when they had Donovan Mitchell and had Rudy Gobert, nobody ever took them seriously. And even though I remember one year, then they have the best record in the West in one year, and then people just like, yeah, then they kind of they lost unceremoniously, and it's the franchise, and it's like they should be a lot better. Like they deserve something really good. I hope they end up getting into a good place. 29th pick, Jazz select Isaiah Collier, a guard from USC. Gang, Rave Gang Mafia says, love them. Moved by the Bulls. Also love the channel, bro. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in, too, and sticking around. How do you feel about Ron Holland pick? I like it. There's nothing I can complain about. I like that there was. It's, it still just gives me the feeling that they might get rid of Jaden Ivey because they have Ron Holland seems like maybe a better shooting version of Asur Thompson. And you can never go wrong with having multiple wings, but then it's just it makes me kind of hesitant. I still like the player and what they got though. I just need to see more from Detroit. I need to see moves done. Utilize some of that cap space because we're supposed to have the top cap space or the most cap space in the NBA. I want to see something serviceable put together. Where's Bronny going again? Antonio Hill says he hasn't been drafted yet. And there was a second that I thought he would get drafted by the Lakers. And I said, please don't. Not in the first round. Lakers, that would be trending. Everybody would, it'd be a laughing stock if they wouldn't did that. Yeah, Bronny going to be in the second. Yeah, so this guy that just got drafted, he was on USC with Bronny, so he gets drafted before him, and we'll just see what happens to, um, tomorrow. I may end up streaming tomorrow too, just because I want to see. And normally, like the second day of the draft isn't what most people be thinking of. Like they just, but this will probably be maybe one of the highest viewed second round drafts, just for people who are curious on what goes on. There would be a bunch of rant videos of Laker drafted. Yeah, I think man, you think Mans will risk for Bronny? It's a risk that's unnecessary. But I wouldn't. I don't think no contending team should be drafting Bronny. Any contending team does that when they can clearly use that pick or do something to make themselves better. The only solitary team I could see drafting Bronny, and it just does. I mentioned it just have to be the Celtics because it nothing hurts them, doesn't hurt them or anything. They're still going to be what they are in the East, overpowered. All these other teams are trying to get into the position that the Celtics are in, winning a title. So wasting a pick on some sure to be circus is just not it. On a player that's just not, he's not ready yet. So what's the point? Bro's going straight to the G League. A lot of people are calling him first from Illinois playing school. Mhm. Richard Jefferson, he just got through saying they don't need to add anybody. The Celtics are about to pick at 30. This pick does not matter. Bring the same team back. Everyone stays healthy. That's it. You don't have to do anything. Nobody needs to be added. Nobody needs to be traded. MJ's sons were below average. The history repeats itself with LeBron and Bronny. Yep. I wonder if there'll ever come a day where there's an all-time great parent who has a kid that's also all-time great, if not better than them. Oh, 985 Joe says, thank you very much, Joe, for the donation. Wanted to shoot you something and say thank you for all the laughs. I want to send you something when you needed it badly a while back. Wasn't in a position to do so. If you stream tomorrow, I'll catch it. Thank you very much, Joe. Was it you that said something like that earlier? But if so, double thank you again. Very much. And to all of you who donated and felt just being so kind and for just doing something. And my heart goes out to all of you too who may be going through something, as so many of us tend to go through stuff and just not feeling as though you don't have, there's no light at the end of the tunnel and things. And I still feel that way in some respects, but I really hope that everybody, as well as myself, we can just move forward, get into a much better, a far better position. No, I'm watching the draft, Grand Erickson. I've been watching it this whole time. It's just I can't put it on stream because they take it off. If there was a way, I could have put it, maybe had a mirror or something, and then to see it. I'll try to think if I could do that tomorrow. Carmelo has a chance with his son. Oh yeah, I've heard some good things about him. Might have potential to be great. Yeah, I've heard good things about Bryce and him having a higher ceiling than Bronny. Let me turn this on. It's hot. Well, that concludes the first part of the draft, and there'll be more tomorrow. I like the pick that the Pistons had. I don't. I think everybody drafted really well. Most of the teams, a majority of the teams, they drafted really well. And maybe just because this draft being seen as really weak and just not all that, it forced teams to really pay a lot of attention to what it is that they're doing. Big ups to you, Commissioner, for giving me my love of basketball back. Rarely see balanced and logical takes like yours, NBA media, while his being is entertaining. Thank you. I try my best. There are things I can improve on, that I need to improve on too, like some things here and there I may get some stats wrong, or I could, a lot of times I'm trying to get the video out as quick as possible, and then I allow some real world pressures to interfere in my making of a video. So I need to get better at that, be a little bit more concise, more accurate with some of the things that I say. I collected a lot of data for these past playoffs, things to do better next season as well as just things to learn from and apply it to the future and going into this off season. Thought I saw a spider for a second, almost lost it. Much love to you, man. I pray for you and your family. I can't wait for more content. Peace. Thank you very much, Alan, for kicking it, staying here, and sharing your thoughts and stuff, too. And for the donations. Thank you very much. Hope you have a great night, afternoon, or morning, wherever you are. So I woke up shocked this morning when I found out Mikal Bridges was traded to the Knicks. Finally, Knicks can rebuild. Yeah, they rebuilding now. I said in a video that Nets really had something going on, that it looked like they were building towards something, and then the KD, Kyrie, Harden nonsense happened, and things got thrown in the flux. And that was the first time seeing when D'Angelo Russell was on the team, and just seeing the celebrations that they were doing on the sideline. You could see that squad had a lot of chemistry, and they was really enjoying playing with each other every night. And then they just weren't doing any of that when Kyrie, KD, and Harden was there. It just wasn't. So oh, it went in. Okay. Villanova Knicks going to be fun to watch. Yeah, I look forward to that. And just seeing a healthy Knicks, too. I look forward to seeing that. Happy. Consider making a Discord commission. Yeah, I've been meaning to do that for a while. And I have to... Because I can't overstate enough how I'm not too good with just the tech end and just networking and stuff. Like one thing I wanted to do was advertise the channel and do things. I haven't been able to. I don't know how one really does that successfully. And then things that I feel like I should be doing a lot better. I should have better understanding of being at the level now that I'm at, which I can't even. It's still hard for me to fathom that it's 40,000 people, or not even 40, it's 41,000 now. So I need to do some things better and get a hold of some stuff better. But yeah, I need to make a Discord. I need to learn about it and make one proper. Say that. Goofy says, what happens to DeAndre Ayton now that Klingon is in Portland? I don't know. I think they may be gonna move him. Give it a little bit of time. See what Klingon does, and if what they see and whatever sample size is good enough for them, you may see Ayton moved before the trade deadline, maybe in the first month of the season. I don't understand. Ayton has the physical gifts and he has things to be successful, but it seems like his heart isn't in it. The complacency is at an all-time high in the amount of money that he gets, and I think it just damages players' determination and competitive will sometimes. So I don't think he just not into it. It's like he's not too far from a Ben Simmons. They may like the lifestyle it provides, the millions and all that, but then just playing basketball, keeping your body in shape and doing all that is just something that is not seen as interesting or a want anymore. Dang, it's 11:30. Hey, it didn't even feel this long. I think it's 8 o'clock. I was late. I was like 20 minutes late. 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Dang, it's been a long stream. It didn't even feel like it. but I may be back tomorrow. I mean, well, with a video probably, and I may stream tomorrow again because I want to see what number Bronny gets drafted and see all that. So, to everybody who tuned in, my profound thank yous, and love all of you for just tuning in and just sticking around and stuff too. Ice Spice has an OnlyFans. Don't talk like that. Don't say things like that. If the rapping don't work out, then that's what she need to do. Cause she's not. Ice Spice is not a good artist. She just has assets, but she's just not a good artist. I hate to make that very clear. Doja, however, is a good artist. She's a very good artist. She's talented. That's a conversation for another day. I don't want to. I'll save that. I'll save my admiration and all that and some Doja talk tomorrow. Doja like, but Doja in her sleep is better than Ice Spice. There's no. The Ice Spice is barely. Well, no, she's not that much better than Sexy Red, if I'm being honest. Not really that much better. It's just Sexy Red is just obnoxiously horrible in terms of an artist. Ice Spice isn't obnoxiously horrible. She's just bad to horrible. There's levels of trash to make every song timeless. No, just specifically her physicality, her sculpt is what are the assets I'm talking about. Nothing to do with song creation or talent at all. Somebody could talk bad about Ice Spice to me in my face, and I'd be like, yeah, you're right. Doja, however, I may have to resort to fisticuffs with that person. Doja slander will not be tolerated. Depending on what it is, though, because she's done some stupid stuff, too. Like that devil worshiping thing and stuff. That devil thing in general is just lame. Too many celebrities have done it. And you did it as cliche and contrived as everyone else. At least do like Ozzy Osbourne did and bite a bat's head off. So then I know, oh, you like that. But this devil stuff is just lame. It's just not. It's like, hey, and especially when you don't have to do that. Doja, you already had a big fan base. You had a very successful album that planted her, and then this reeks of things people do when their fame or something is in question and they don't know what to do. So hey, let me go do that. Lil Nas X bullshit. Doja destroys Ice Spice in music and aesthetics. Prime Doja does aesthetics wise, yeah. Now she kind of lost too much weight. I need to be in charge of. I need to obtain Doja. We can fatten her up again. Make her stop the devil stuff. To get her back on the right course. I can save her. Doja or SZA. Doja or SZA. I say Doja is still she's not as consistent as SZA. I think SZA is more consistent. It's hard for me to say which one is better, but I think Doja has probably more standout things. But I think they're both really good, talented women. Especially like assets wise and stuff. I'd still, if it's just purely based off of aesthetic and assets wise, I'm taking Doja though. Have her do a Christian album like Kanye. Ha! Yeah, people would get angry. I wouldn't even do that if I was her. That first thing be like, oh, now look at you. You want to come back to the light after dancing in the dark with Lucifer for a year and a half or more. Let's say you do go to the Navy. Are you willing to die for Ukraine or Israel? Well, I can't get drafted, period. I got bad feet. They won't want, I can't carry no rucksack or do anything like that. I'll be having to stop every 10, 15 minutes, be like, oh, my feet and stuff. And then other related medical thing being like just the mental related things. I'd have to deal with seizures and stuff, and they wouldn't want me. Dynamo Heat 2021 versus 2012 versus Cavs 2016. I think that maybe goes 7 games, but then it's 2 LeBrons playing against each other. And then the Heat LeBron is better, but that Cleveland LeBron, he had the best finals performance than any Bron previous. So I think that 2016 Cavs just with Kyrie on there, but then I think 7 games, and then I'd have to say Heat and 7. Pistons. 2004 Pistons or 2017 Warriors? Nah, the Warriors. I think the series would be longer, but they can't deal with someone like Curry and Clay. That's the problem with matchups like this where it's different eras. Because then you got to say, well, what rules, what this, that, and the other, the hand checking and all that other stuff, is that there? If the Warriors are playing in early 2000s or 90s or 80s, I think they can get dealt with. Not saying that all those teams would dog walk them, because it's still Curry and Clay shooting from damn near half court. But there's ways to deal with them in the 80s and 90s that you can't do now, because they don't give defensive players really anything to deal with them properly. So with that, I could say some teams could beat the Warriors from back then, but if it's playing by today's rules, no. Warriors are steamrolling a lot of teams from back then. If they have to play that. If Warriors have to play those rules back then Warriors if there's 10 games they play of famous teams back then, I think they lose 6 out of 10 of them. Just because of the defenses play. Not saying that these teams were so much better than them, just because you could do stuff back then to get around that than now. '80s Lakers versus 2000s Lakers. 2000s Lakers. Kareem is too old to deal with Shaq properly. I think he would do a lot of things that Shaq would have trouble dealing with him, but Shaq would just punish him in the paint. They don't have nobody to really deal with him. That'd probably be the difference maker. Where Magic would give 2000s Lakers a problem, I believe far more so than Kareem at that stage. And then Shaq would give the biggest problems for. So, yeah, I'd have to say that. Hmm. What's your favorite Pistons team historically? Well, just because I was alive to see it, I'm going to say the Going to Work Pistons of 2004. And I think the championship that they got was more respected, just a more respected team, a more likable team. And them beating an OP Lakers, even though Lakers is kind of arguing with each other, they're my favorite. The 80s Pistons were better, but my favorite ones are the 2004 ones. 96 Bulls, 2016 Warriors. Goes back to what time are we playing in? If it's even now, I think the I think that would go 7-game series if it's 20, if Bulls with Jordan and them are playing in 2016 against Warriors. I think it goes 7 games. And then I think I could see the Bulls winning in 7. But then if it takes place back then with the rules that they were playing in, I see the Bulls winning in maybe 6 or 5. I can kind of see it going any way, either way almost. Well, no, if it was 2017 Warriors, then I would say Warriors win. And back then, I would say it goes maybe 6, 7 games. Bulls maybe win, but now Warriors win. But 2016, I'd say, yeah, I'd say Bulls could still win that. Because we saw when Curry and Clay, when they start to shrink or mess up under pressure, they didn't have any way to generate any real offense. And in that 2016 finals, there were multiple minutes where Curry and Clay just couldn't do anything offensively. And they relied so heavily on 3-point shooting back then, or like when they did, and Bulls can kind of just work in the paint, and they don't have anybody that can really answer and deal with Jordan. I guess they put Iguodala on him, but I don't think Iguodala, he couldn't even really neutralize LeBron. He couldn't do anything with LeBron. He just made LeBron average 2 points less than he would have. And they were saying, oh, Iguodala plays such great defense on LeBron. LeBron's stats were still really damn good despite that. Would you fight a war to date Ice Spice? Absolutely not. Nah, absolutely not. I consider it with Doja. For Ice Spice, nah. Would you rather have Killian Hayes back on the Pistons or have Kevin Hart join them? I'm gonna obviously have to pick Killian Hayes because Kevin Hart is just he would be a negative factor on the court. It's too short to do anything. So pick Killian Hayes begrudgingly. My disdain for him isn't that strong. top 5 GOAT list. Yeah, I've been meaning to make a video like the number 1, Jordan. Number 2, even though I can't, maybe if I think more about it and spend some time really just exploring my levels of thought, I could put LeBron out of 2. I just can't. I put LeBron at 2. 3, Kareem. 4, if people want to put Kobe over LeBron, I get it. I just can't. I can't. If people say like, yeah, LeBron isn't top 5, like I understand a lot of it. It's just I can't, given everything and all that, no matter how much of like the antics and the foolishness and stuff, and just the amount of because you know something, I think Kobe suffered from not winning more MVPs simply because he was teamed up with Shaq. And when you have 2 great historic players like that, they split the votes. So if Shaq wasn't on that team for the first three-peat, I could see Kobe had gotten more MVPs because he deserves more MVPs than what it gets. Shaq at 2. I got Kareem there, then maybe Magic, then Bird. I still have to think for a second. Maybe Magic, then Kobe. Thinking. Also typing something. Yeah. I put Tim Duncan at I put, so Jordan, LeBron, Kareem, Magic, Kobe, Bill Russell, Tim Duncan, Larry Bird, then Curry, then Shaq. I can't put as good as Will. I can't put players like, just have you gotta have the people that's up there got multiple championships, and then there's multiple finals MVPs, and they're the reason why they're up there. And I just can't. If we're talking about best skillful player and just a player who incorporates so many different things and just based off of, then Wilt I would put up there he would never leave the top 10, but just the greatest of all time and just what they've done and things. Because Wilt was getting smoked by Bill Russell when it mattered most. Because Bill Russell was dealing with him. So, yeah, I would put Hakeem up there too into the most skillful players of all time, top 10 easily. Wilt legit played against plumbers and electricians. Hakeem had more rings. Yeah, he snuck that back to back in there. You know, rest in peace to Jerry West as well. Yeah, I would put Jerry West in the top 15 to 20 or something like that. I think it's just LeBron, his unlikability and what he's shown himself to do and say and resort to has made people dislike him so much that they'll put him farther or lower than he actually should be. But he deserves the scrutiny and criticism because he does it to himself. It's like take LeBron's career and give it to someone else. And if they aren't acting like him and saying the dumb stuff that he says and does, people would look at that and say, yeah, that's easily a top 3 player of all time. But because he's him and he does the things that he said, he makes it unsufferable and he makes it hard for you to root for him. You can't sit here and tell me that ring, that bubble ring was the hardest ever. Don't even say that to me. Every time he does something, he tries to say this was the best ring, this was the hardest ring ever. Steven Adams and some other people who aren't Western living people, born and raised, they're like, we live in a resort and we get unlimited food. And our friends and family can kind of be in here a little bit, but not too much because that health and safety protocol, it's not that bad. Think about how everybody else was over here struggling to make ends meet. Bills are coming and they don't have a job to pay for it because they got laid off and all that. People don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear you talk about how hard this ring was when you're just in a resort with unlimited food. And it took them 6 games to beat a Miami Heat that had 2 injured players. Weren't 2 people injured that was in the starting lineup in game 1 or 2? Took you 6 games to beat that. And the rings that he got, they didn't hit the same. Like he beat that Thunder team. Okay, that's good. And then when he beat the Spurs, like, yeah, they just don't. It's like you had to team up in order to do that. I think that Miami Heat wouldn't look as bad if it was just him and D Wade that teamed up. In retrospect, people wouldn't hate on it as much as they did if it was just him and D Wade. But you got Bosh too. It's just unnecessary. It's piling on. It's gym class where you put all the alphas on one squad. Do you really need 3? I think LeBron and Dwayne Wade could have won it with just the 2 of them and a great solid team. But no, you got Bosh to ensure. There's no possible way we could lose. And you still lost in 2011 to a Dirk Nowitzki team that swept Kobe, that people don't talk about it. They don't even mention. That's something that people emphasis on. They swept the defending champions. So that team was legit. It's just the fact that you had 3 of the best players in the NBA. They were Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade were top 10 players basically, and you lost? And they lost to the Spurs. Yeah, they could have won that year too. I don't want to hear people. It wasn't until years after that, when LeBron won in 2016, there were people saying Dwayne Wade was old. He was out of his prime. Where was this the immediate year after they won? So now you want to depreciate what the Spurs did. Well, I mean, the Spurs won because of they could have won with Dwayne Wade being what he was. They could have still won that. Spurs won a mission and got pissed because they went and got bit that Ray Allen damn shot, that amazing ass shot. They came back and was like, no, we'll see you next year. And beat you, blew you off the damn court. And then he goes in 2015, I think the Cavaliers and Warriors, they swapped championships. LeBron, I think, would have won the ring in 2015. But when your next best player is Dellavedova, what can you even manage to do against the Warriors with the got Clay, you got Kurt, all of that. LeBron's story in his career is just not as cool either. Jordan has one of the best. You can make a movie out of Jordan's thing. It don't even seem real. People just feel better about it. It's cooler. He had to face adversity. He had to get his ass whooped numerous times, year to year to year, by the same team and others in order to get better and stronger, and then to finally beat that team. And not once did he think, hey, let me leave and join the Pistons since I can't beat them. Finally beat them. And after that, once he became his full powered self, he never lost in the finals. He never went to a game 7. Never went to a game 7. People want to talk bad about the whole decade and depreciate the players who were playing in it and all of that. So the players that played year to year, 82 games, you want to go and shit on them for players now that can't even play 65? Yeah, Delly locked up Steph in one quarter. Niggas acted like he was a Curry stopper. I kept hearing Dellavedova. He's a Curry stopper is here. Curry. This Cade Maker missed the shot. He makes it. His Jordan story is just too cool. 2 3-peats. That just doesn't make sense. That's ridiculous. He leaves for a year and a half. He comes back and he had a game that he had like 50 or 60 some points while having a baseball player's body because he's not conditioned for the NBA for when he was wearing number 45. Comes back on a mission and comes back and then 3-peats again. And that just makes you feel if he didn't retire, he would have won those 2 years too. And you wouldn't be crazy for thinking so. The only breakage in winning of another team was a Houston Rockets team that probably doesn't win if Jordan doesn't leave. Yeah, 95, I know he lost in the playoffs. But he came back with a baseball player's body. He came back not properly conditioned for the NBA. He just threw himself in. They were already in the playoffs. But then to win 3 times in a row and again? It's like, then leaves again. Great videos. Too damn funny. Thank you very much, Ricky, for the donation. Thank you. He also made a superior Space Jam movie. I'm going to make a video about that. Space Jam, I've said this before, Space Jam, that name is ass. That name is garbage. Space Jam and Legacy, terrible. Get rid of that name. It should have been Curry and LeBron should have been the co-stars. It should have been about the both of them. The fact that Curry wasn't in that movie is an atrocity. And they talked to Curry about Curry being in the movie, but then because of his schedule or whatever, he wouldn't be in it. I would say if he's not in the movie cannot be made. How do you not? You can't do that. The cartoon potential alone with Curry being in a Looney Tunes movie, with how he shoots the ball, he's already a Looney Tune in real life when he's shooting a basketball. It writes itself. The script writes itself at that point. That name is so garbage. A New Legacy. It just reeks of arrogance. It's saying that previous thing that you all love and enjoy, that's old. This is the new thing kids are going to grow up on. And what is it? It's not even real basketball. It's trash. It's just style points. People singing and dancing and TikToking to get points on the scoreboard. Awful. You didn't even see LeBron doing basketball things in the movie. You didn't even see him do anything. He barely plays basketball in that movie. With the original Space Jam, what did you see Jordan do? You saw Jordan get his training stuff back on. He went and practiced and warmed up, and you had the music. I'm gonna fly like an eagle. You get to see him do Jordan shit. And you do see him do stuff later when they play in the game. Okay. What do you see in A New Legacy? You see LeBron miss shots. He misses more shots than he makes in A New Legacy. Just don't look good. We don't see LeBron training or doing anything. So on top of no basketball getting played, on top of Curry not being in there, and on top of the name being bad, and they got rid of my boy Pepe Le Pew on there because PC shit. There's no Pepe Le Pew. But it's perfectly okay to have a crazy girl invade another man's space and do stuff that's out of bounds because it's a girl. But let it be a guy. Let the roles be reversed. Oh, no, we can't have that. It's a Looney Tune. It's a cartoon. Keep them in there. And Lola Bunny, that was probably, oh my God, nerfed into unattractive existence. And then they said, oh, it's a drawing. It's a cartoon. Doesn't matter. Nerfed. Ruined. I felt some type of way about that Lola Bunny thing. I was like, oh my God. Don't ever call me doll. I was like, ugh. Bugs was never the same. 1996 Lola Bunny or Doja. Doja's a real person. I can't pick no kid. That prime Doja too. That Moo Doja. Bitch, I'm a cow. Bitch, I'm a cow. Prime Doja. Oh my, immaculate, beautiful, sensational, perfection. Bro, that was a bunny. Calm down. No, you calm up. You don't understand. Lola meant something to me, man. Ruined. A New Legacy Lola or Bald Doja. Still take Bald Doja over a New Legacy Lola. Ain't nothing new about what they did to Lola. Sad. Pathetic. Nintendo Direct dropped a few days ago. I haven't been paying enough attention in gaming related stuff. That movie could have been great, but just ruined. I wouldn't have even made a movie like that anyway. That's just Jordan's thing. It's like LeBron feels he has to go and do everything like Jordan, but do it way worse. So then, is Wembanyama gonna have a Space Jam movie too? If he's supposed to be the new best player in the NBA some years down the line, is it going to be Space Jam 3, a new alien? Space Jam 3, Slender Man edition? Ethan typed the same thing as I was saying it. No, Giannis doesn't get. Giannis can't do a Space Jam without the game ball. They need the game ball. Versus him. Ball Doja or Fart Ice Spice? What is Fart Ice Spice? Is that just her with them poopy lyrics just saying it? I was like, yeah, I'll take that Ice Spice over the Ball Doja. But then there's levels to Ball Doja. There's like 3 Ball Dojas. Are we talking about like naked head Doja where she didn't have eyebrows and stuff like that? I was like, yeah, I had to walk away at that point. That first reveal, I said, who is that? Who is this man? Didn't know. Cause she has hair. She has like an inch or 2 of hair now. That couldn't be me. I have needs. Whoever I'm with, I say, look, eyebrows are a no-go. You can't ever take your eyebrows off. You want to shave your head? Okay. Eyebrows? No. No. Stop glazing Doja. She's mid. Foolish. Well, if you're talking about now, I'm not gonna argue too much about that. But when I think of Doja, I think specifically of Moo Doja. That she was in her prime there, or that Say So Doja, she's still in her prime. That's what she Wilt Chamberlain numbers during that time. Beyonce been looking scrumptious lately. Yes, she has. Beyonce been getting lighter. Is it just me, or has she been getting lighter? So every time I see her, she's a whole tint lighter. They should have pulled the trigger on Space Jam 2 when Kobe retired. Kobe, that would have been good. I would have liked that. But then I don't even think Kobe himself would have been interested in making a thing trying to be like Jordan. Only LeBron would be that vain to try and, what was he trying to get, a better Space Jam than Jordan too? Among other things, trying to do better than Jordan in any type of thing. ...2011 Charlotte Bobcats is current Detroit Pistons. I say a Bobcats probably win that because this Detroit team was just not, as one of the announcers said, they aren't built to score. Hot zones for K. Dang, he only got his. He ain't got nothing. He got right up under the rim. Everything else is blue. Do you watch soccer? I've been starting to watch some more. I need to watch more of that. That World Cup, though, that past World Cup, that was one of the greatest games of any sport I've ever witnessed. Seeing Messi win that and just seeing Mbappe score them goals and how he did it, I was like that. I was on the edge of multiple seats watching that. That was amazing. Could you or a high school team beat current Detroit Pistons? I should think so, especially not me if I'm on it. I ain't beating nobody, not with feet like mine and just nah. High school teams shouldn't beat them either. Knicks winning the chip next year. If the Knicks win the chip, the Knicks act like their fans act like they win every year without winning. If they were to win a chip, the NBA world would tear asunder. I don't even think Knicks fans would turn into something we haven't even seen yet. There's like a level higher of craziness they can show. Which is why I really want to see that. Imagine next year we get some like Celtics versus Knicks in the second round or in the finals. I mean the conference finals. That would be amazing. It's funny how I said, was this 12 on the, I said like 30 minutes ago I was going to leave. And then somebody brought Doja up, and then I allowed myself to become distracted. One mention of Doja, I got distracted. But I think that will be it for now. I may stream tomorrow for the second round. I'll most definitely try to stream for the second round because I want to see what number Bronny comes in at, to see the reactions and stuff. So appreciate all of you for sticking around. Thank you all for the donations. Thank you all very much. For those of you who are still in here who donated, and just thank everybody for tuning in, conversating, doing a lot of different things in the way of just hanging out. Thank you all very much for that. Hope you enjoyed the draft. I look forward to see what you guys opinions and stuff you got to say tomorrow, and just have the resulting news cycle. See if any moves are done NBA and stuff too. So thank you all so very much. Love each and every single one of you. I may actually play something tomorrow too, since I have a habit of just talking and not playing anything. Okay. I shall see y'all on the next one. As soon as I learn how to stop this broadcast. How do I stop it?